Oh, nice ball from Reece James. Okay, come
That
on.
is
I just need
more
a
than
win
okay.
today.
That's
I just
that's
need
how
a
I'm going to
win.
react. I'll just be like that.
Reece James looks decent today. And I'm actually surprised he dropped Aspilicueta.
No, Azpilicueta is playing center
Mm.
back.
Ah, okay, that makes more sense.
He's
Cause he
playing
Oh,
was
three
playing
at the
right.
that's
back.
new.
Okay, because he was playing right
Hudson
back
Odoi
mid.
is playing as
Ooh.
a winger today, not as a wing back.
That makes more sense. So basically, he's playing five at the back.
Yeah.
Why
For
is Tuchel?
any
Why is Tuchel
previously
bringing
offended
Mourinho ball
viewers,
to Mourinho?
for any previously offended viewers who go to a specific university in Qatar Foundation, let
Oh,
me just put it out there. I have apologized. I have
oh,
retracted
I have
my
no
words.
idea.
Hudson Odoi
Yeah,
is a fantastic football player,
And he's been attending school.
and he's been attending school like you should be too. Apparently, you guys aren't because you're
and
watching
he
the Two
does,
Halves
and he has
podcast.
went to school.
No,
Mm.
it's alright, guys. Education is temporary. The Two House podcast is forever.
Guys, what is this? They're just crossing to each other. James crossed to
No,
Werner.
no,
Werner crossed
no,
it back to
no.
James.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, and you know what's funny? It's like Chelsea have been having most of the possession. They've been pegging Spurs in their own half, but it's coming to nothing so far.
Yeah.
So let's see if that changes soon because we know how dangerous Spurs can be on the counter attack, even though they've been missing Kane. So
I mean, we saw a lot of that, like Chelsea sitting, like
interesting
not
stuff,
Chelsea
boys.
sitting back, but Chelsea playing good football against teams that sit back, and it would end up in 0-0 draws. For
Yeah, yeah,
example,
yeah,
Wolves, right?
mm, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Oh,
All
what
right,
a ball
guys.
from
It's that.
Kovacic.
It's that.
Oh,
Oh,
It's that
okay,
last
okay,
decisive ball at the end of
okay.
the day to
Oh,
split defensives.
my God.
yeah.
Okay, guys. Do we want to structure this? Do we want to like have things that we want to talk about during the game? Do you know what I mean? So like
Yeah.
maybe recap some of the games
We're
that have
talking
happened
about them.
or other things.
Aren't we
Okay.
doing that right now?
So
We're
just
talking about them, Ricky. Ricky, we're talking about them.
No, no, I was thinking Ali would be here so we could talk
okay.
about
Yeah,
Liverpool getting
Ali. Okay,
Yes.
absolutely
we'll just
bossed by.
leave that. We'll just leave that for now. There's other things we can talk about. Let's talk about them.
Yeah, 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 sure.
We
I
don't
have a
have
lot
to
of Harry
talk
Potter
about
Well,
jokes,
talking
by the
about
way, just
them.
by the way.
sorry. A lot of
I
Harry
have a,
Potter jokes.
yeah.
To be fair though, Guardiola did mention that he's the best English manager at the moment. Hard to disagree.
Hard to disagree when your competition is Frank Lampard.
Speaking, guys. Speaking of Frank Lampard, heard
Yeah,
he's in line for the
yeah.
job at Bournemouth.
Yeah, Bournemouth just sacked their
Ooh,
manager
that's a decent
recently.
job.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a very
What was that
interesting.
guy's name? Um, wasn't it that guy that was with them in the Premier League?
No, no, no. They sacked him. Well, it was
David
mutual
Howe or
consent.
something?
Yeah,
Wasn't
Eddie
that his name or
Howe.
something?
Eddie Howe.
Oh, they sacked him from a long.
Yeah, they sacked
Eddie
him, I
Howe,
think,
sorry,
last
David.
season. Yeah.
Okay, that's pretty interesting.
Ah, okay.
Ooh, Turbo Timo almost got that.
But what do you guys think? What do you guys think about the different challenge that Lampard will have? Because Chelsea, given that they weren't like, you know, I mean they were star-studded this season, but they weren't like too bad last season as well, right? Like they had a decent team. They had like Premier League winners, definitely finished top four. So going to a team like Bournemouth, what do you think? What do you think is expected from
Do you want to
Lampard?
start?
And what do you think? You know, how's he gonna do? What are your thoughts?
Um, I think I think Bournemouth is a good place for him to go. Wherever he was going to go down, none of the top teams were going to come in for him. It was obviously going to be a step down. And I think the championship, he's already been there. He took like a
Proven
Derby
himself.
County, yeah, proven himself, I guess. Derby County's supposed to be a mid-table team in the championship. He got them almost to the Premier League. He just lost the final, right? I mean, he
Yeah.
finished sixth, which is like the last position
Ooh.
out of all the qualifications ones, but he still got to the final. So I don't know. I think he can get Bournemouth to the top, but it'll be a good move for him.
Interesting.
I agree. I agree. I mean, I think if anything, he needs to take his mind off what happened in Chelsea. I think
Exactly,
the
yes.
Bournemouth higher ups will give him more time and they'll respect what he's done with Chelsea and Derby as well. I think it could only lead to good things for Lampard. The championship is very competitive. I think they have 48 games instead of the Premier League's 38.
Yeah.
So I hope he does well there, man. I hope he can do some. I hope he can bring Bournemouth back to the Premier League because I have very fond memories of them. They would. The record against Chelsea was great. That's a start.
uh,
He'll come back. He'll come back to the bridge sooner than later, maybe.
Honestly, death, taxes, Bournemouth always beating Chelsea. That was just like a thing.
Yo, for real though.
They beat us
And
4-0.
it'll be interesting because
4-0.
Rooney is in the championship as well. So let's see how that fares out.
who
Oh,
else
with
is in the
Derby.
championship?
Um, no one else that I would know of. You mean
Okay.
managing?
Yeah.
I think Norwich are doing very well in the championship again. I think
Yep.
they're gonna get promoted.
They're looking for promotion. Funny enough, once upon a time, the English starlet known as Jack Wilshere, he's at Bournemouth now. I
Yes.
think the outgoing manager just
Yes,
signed him.
yes.
Let's see if Frank Lampard can rub some magic on him.
I'm sorry. I'm just
Why
Yeah, that's
why were
true.
these 3 yeses very
I
long,
mean,
Ricky?
when
They
I
kept
think
getting
of Jack
longer
Wilshere, right?
with time.
Sorry?
Your yeses kept going longer with time.
Dude, dude, I'm having speed up lag with you again. It's my internet, man. Something's happening. I don't know if it's because this pay-per-view is doing something to my internet, man. I don't know what it is.
I guess one of these companies gotta reach out to us and get us a good set
Yeah,
on the
man.
tele.
These fraudulent, these
Uh,
fraudulent companies, man.
online.
What am I paying this?
Yeah, internet.
What am I
can never
paying you
be
guys
stable.
for, man?
Exciting times here at the Two Halves podcast.
Oh God, brilliant,
Uh,
brilliant.
Oh,
Look.
Kovacic,
Oh wait,
what a
wait. Can we
player.
just bring our attention to my man's? What's that he got in his mouth? Oh my day. Come on, Mason. It's not, and to those of you watching, I am not hoping for Chelsea to win at all. I am coming in here as a neutral, but if Chelsea score, I may celebrate a little bit louder than I meant. That I meant to.
for no apparent reason or no hatred towards one
For
person.
no reason whatsoever. Oh no,
No
it's not
agenda.
hatred. No,
Oh,
no,
Wait,
of
who's the
course
Tottenham
not.
manager again? I can't remember.
some Joseph? Joseph Martin? I don't know, along those lines.
It's all love. It's all love, guys. Please,
The guy's clearly not special.
guys, please. I'm one of those. Yeah. Anymore. You're not
Oh,
special
dude.
anymore. I don't know how this song goes, but it's around. Oh, Kovacic giving the ball carelessly there. Oof, what a challenge to retrieve it though. Lovely stuff. I always think, why did Real Madrid let go of this guy? Abdurrahman, considering you're a fan, what do you think of him leaving Real Madrid?
All right,
Do
so
you
he
think
left.
that he could have still cemented himself? Yeah.
Okay, so initially, he wasn't. He didn't have a bad stint. When he came in, but he was 22, and ahead in line were, the trio, the best trio of the last decade in midfield.
Yes,
Casemiro, so and Kovacic is not a number 6,
Cruz and
so he
Modric,
couldn't
yes.
play in Casemiro's position. He would play in Modric or
Yes.
Cruz's position, and both of those guys were, in big games, they were irreplaceable. But
Yes, they
Modric
were.
spoke so highly of him when he came. Modric was like, he's a future Ballon d'Or winner. And that's in 2015, I believe.
Yeah.
So that was high praise from Di Maestro himself.
He's absolute quality. I remember watching I remembered catching a glimpse of him here and there during his time at Inter
Inter
Milan,
Milan, yeah.
I think.
Those were good.
Yeah, and the way he would just be so dominant on the ball and how he's capable of addressing the space around him, his spatial awareness when he's dribbling, at the speed at which he dribbles as well. It's so it's so strange yet so fascinating, man. I
Yeah.
thought, how can how can we maybe get him, And then of course, like all other players, every single player that I wanted to come to United eventually goes to Chelsea. That's just the story. That's just
He was such a good
and every
yeah.
Chelsea reject will eventually come to United. It's the story of how
Oh
it is.
no, no. Nemanja Matic is a
He still
fantastic
is.
player
He
with a
still
great
is.
future, you know.
I mean, he's been okay. Yeah.
He's done well. He's done well too.
Eric Dyer! Eric Dyer, you
Oh my god!
wow.
Oh my
Okay,
god!
my pay-per-view is like 3 seconds behind you guys, so if my reactions come a bit
Oh
delayed,
my
you know
god!
why.
You apologize. Oh, it's on as
Oh my god!
well.
Oh my god!
That's a pen. That's a
It's
Stonewall pen. What is that challenge?
you
Oh my
have to
days.
see. What
That is
is he
so dumb. He's
doing?
lost his
Oh my
marbles. He's
god!
really lost it. That could
What are you doing,
Another trip to the
son?
toilet.
I think
Oh my god!
I how like you know what phases me so
Dude!
much? Oof.
That's
You know what
bad.
phases me
That's
so much?
bad.
He's made so many mistakes um in
Yeah.
the last 3 or 4 games. Yet he keeps
Wait,
playing.
wait, 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 wait. It's being kicked. It's being kicked right now. Wait, wait,
Okay.
wait.
Wait. Please, please do not react because my game is.
Oh my god. Oh my
Oh!
god.
One Nerf
What were you thinking? What were you thinking?
I saw your face
I
and I'm
think
like, oh, he's missed it. He's missed it.
that's a
red
great neutral.
herring.
That's a great neutral reaction. I think that's a great neutral reaction, man.
Red herring.
What a penalty! Great pen. Great.
He is a
pen.
great penalty taker. Oh, why wasn't Turbo
He
Timo
is.
taking
He
it?
is. He is. To be fair.
He missed his last one. I think that's why.
But Jorginho missed his
I think. I
last
think we
couple
want to
ones.
be.
He still scored a few this season. I
Tuchel,
think
okay.
Werner's only taken one and he missed it.
Like
Okay.
Jorginho's
Let's just.
made his way back into the squad. That's
Yeah, honest.
interesting.
I think under Lampard, like he was just finito. You know,
Yeah,
he's
he
just
was
doing. Yeah.
or however they say it in Italian.
Finito.
Can we just go back to that penalty situation?
Oh my
When we
days.
think about it, right? I don't think Werner was going anywhere.
He was
If you,
not.
I mean, was that Sissoko in the box that was about to go for him? What was Dyer?
I mean, like also like where Dyer started his challenge from. In the position where he lunged, right? Made no sense. Like as a, never mind as a center back, as a normal football player, you shouldn't be making those challenges. Those are literally the kind of challenges you make on FIFA, because you're just frustrated or getting your like ass smacked by your friend, 4-5-0. So you're just like, all right, nothing to lose.
Do you
Dude,
guys think that was intelligence from Werner or just stupidity from Mr.
Stupidity
Eric
from
Dyer?
it
Dyer.
was stupidity.
Werner
Stupidity
wasn't
from
doing
Dyer. I'm
anything.
sorry. I mean,
I
yeah, he
didn't
wasn't. He
see.
wasn't going anywhere.
No, but like Werner himself didn't initiate such action where you could be like, oh, he made that happen. I definitely think that's just Dar. Going back, like he's made like
Oh,
some
look at that work rate from
bad
Callum.
blunders in the last 3-4
Oh,
games,
lovely, brilliant.
right? Which have cost Spurs
He,
direct points, and this could be like another. Well, if it's Jose Mourinho, that could be another 1 point dropped. Um, you know, so and like at the start of the season and even in the All or Nothing documentary, right? There was a lot of high praise and Mourinho expressed that he wanted Dyer, but wow, after these performances, I'm
I
just
don't know
surprised
why.
he's
I
still
don't
in the
understand
team.
why.
I'm still surprised he starts.
Yeah.
Maybe the Portuguese
It,
thing, you know?
Just because you can speak
but at the,
Portuguese,
no, I
like
mean, yeah.
he's not Portuguese, but just because you can speak Portuguese,
Here's the thing, though. I mean, that documentary, it also projected his relationship with Deli Ali as well. You thought that something positive was going to come out of it,
oh yeah,
and you
that's
see
true, and that's
how
changed.
Delhi, the situation with Dele Alli is right now. Can I just say, Chelsea actually look good, man. The way they're moving
Is
the
that
ball
Thiago
around, the
Silva?
intensity of play.
Yes,
Which
that
is
is Thiago
that's
Silva.
he's been very good. You guys see how they've been crowding on Domble?
Yeah,
He's the main man.
Yeah, like
that's
especially
smart. He
Kovacic
is
is
the main
just
man.
Kovacic and Jorginho just squeeze
Yeah,
up on him every time he gets the ball, and
man. The way the way Chelsea are moving the ball, it's just so wow.
so
Yeah.
yes, it's more like you know, Son's playing like the striker. He's making those runs in,
Mm,
and he's just
mm.
expecting the rest of the midfielders to pass it through to him. Don't think that's
But
going to be very
that's Spurs
sustainable though.
style of play, though. Yeah, that's the thing, though. That's the way they play. If they don't have Harry Kane, I think they're overly reliant on their star players, and understandably so. But if one of them dips in performance, or if one of them is closed down really well from the opposition, that's it.
Yeah,
That's the Tottenham game plan out of the window. At least that's the way I see it.
no, you're pretty much right. And given that like
Mm,
half of their like majority of people that bring in the goals and assists is out, Kane. I think
yeah.
I think Spurs are just on a downward slope. I don't
I thought
expect them
Abdurrahman
to.
is gonna start a list of names, but then it just went Kane.
Yeah, half of the duo,
I
because it's either
I
Son or
am I
Kane.
yeah.
Hmm.
It's
It
Kane
is
or
true.
Son, Son or Kane. It's never, Aurier, wow, contributed. Sissoko, wow.
Berg
If
Yeah, no, no, no.
Bergwijn
That's my point.
Bergwijn
Like
right
I
Tottenham
mean,
here.
rely
Yeah,
on two players
exactly.
for their goals, and that's it. And you
and I don't
can't
blame
do
them.
that.
If
Yeah.
Bergwijn showed up against
Mm,
Liverpool,
Liverpool.
Spurs win
Yeah.
that. You know,
Mm,
So
yeah.
if Aurier shows up in like half of the games, Spurs has four more
Yeah.
points. Okay, if
Mm,
I don't
yeah.
know if Mourinho is not forced into playing Rodon and Dyer at center back, perhaps they have a
Mm,
better score against Liverpool second leg. There's
I
all
mean,
these
Rodon was
situations.
his
mm.
signing though.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
it was his signing, but with what budget and with what quality? He's not a marquee signing. He's more like a filler signing. Like, oh, we need another player. We just need another
He's
player.
basically like he's basically like the Ben Davies signing that Liverpool just made, the
Yeah,
player from Preston North End,
Hmm.
just to fill up that space because let's face it, the Spurs center backs haven't been performing great. And the funny thing about Joe Rodon, right? Despite the mistake he made against
he
Liverpool,
was
I actually
good.
didn't think he played that bad. He was actually good. I mean, he was always bound to make a mistake. I mean, the kid's out of his depth here, and he
Exactly.
overperformed. If
Listen,
anything, I felt sorry for the guy.
he
Yeah,
overperformed, right? For his own
yeah,
capability or his past
exactly,
performances.
exactly. And he's
On
still very young as well.
on
Yeah,
his CV, it may be like the best game he might have ever.
yeah.
Ooh, okay. Ooh, nah.
Oh,
Come on,
Caltech, Caltech
James.
stopping the ball there.
come on, son. Ah, no, oh no. I mean,
All right. Going back to Rodon, but like
yeah.
he's
Oh,
not a top four team center
Of
back.
course not.
He's more like a
Yes,
center back
absolutely.
for Newcastle or West Ham. With
Yeah,
all due
yeah,
respect
yeah,
to them, like a
yeah.
top 8, 10, 12 team perhaps, or even
Mm.
maybe like a 16. But
And exactly, and there's nothing wrong with that because he's still young. He still has plenty of
yeah, he
time to
still has time
develop.
to develop himself into something great.
Yeah, of course, exactly.
oh, Rude. No, never mind. Of course, it's Rudiger.
Mm.
Why did I expect anything?
Oh,
Man, I don't understand.
Spurs,
Okay,
yo.
he's German. I understand that.
Mm.
That's great. He can speak the
Okay.
language, but other than that, I don't know why Tuchel has been
If
playing him
Dyer
for like
is
3 games now.
if Dyer gets selected because he can speak Portuguese, at least
Why
Rudiger's
shouldn't Rudiger
German.
be selected because he could speak German? Yeah. Um, but I think Tuchel's tactics are working so far. I think Spurs have been struggling to get out of their own half. If I'm being honest with you, they can
Yeah,
barely string a few passes together. It's been shocking from them so far.
it's
That
literally been
goal,
that snippet.
this Chelsea lead
Yeah.
is.
Oh,
Come on, Mason.
it's literally been the snippet from that documentary again. Um, you know,
Mm,
putting booting the ball long every time. What football is this? Like I don't know the one from Dele Alli.
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah.
the more you think about it in
Oh, that was
games, the
hilarious.
more you think about it in games, you're
Yeah.
like, that's actually very true. You know,
You know what's funny? You know what's funny? That was the moment where Delhi ironically probably stopped playing. You know?
no, that's not true. That's not that's
Okay,
actually not true.
but
That's actually not true because Delhi
I
was
know it's not
playing until the
true.
start of the season, and
Mm.
he was just bad. He was
Yes.
he
Ooh,
was
You know
just
what's
Thiago
funny?
bad.
Silva,
Why is he?
what a player.
Why is he not? Why is he not playing this game? I mean, let's face it. They could use someone like him right now. Is he so bad that you can't involve him in this
Yeah,
game?
but right now, who would you pick, Ndombele or Dele Alli?
Oh yeah, for sure. But is there no way that he can squeeze Dele Ali in there
I
somewhere?
believe I
I
believe
mean,
if
Dele
they do,
Ali is
yeah,
capable of playing a second striker, isn't he?
he is, but
Oh
that's like
no.
kind
Oh
of like
no. Is
four
that
two
our
three
season
one.
over?
With that number 10 is given to Ndombele. If you want to squeeze to make a second striker, where do you put Ndombele? Like you
Hmm.
either put him further back. I think one place Dele Ali can be tried is instead of Bergwijn or uh,
Mm.
on like the side of the pitch because he's not like slow. He's good with the ball, and he
Yeah,
can deliver the ball in well too.
I don't know.
Ooh, that
absolutely
looks
agree with you
nasty.
right there. This is not looking good for Thiago Silva at all, Umar. Thoughts if he's out? Who do you bring in? Hayden Christensen? No. I'm not saying he's a bad center back. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying.
I am. He's
Danish
bad.
Viking.
But okay.
Wow.
I was just. Oh well. Here we
Oh,
go.
would you look at that, my
Uh,
man?
Tuchel's like Tuchel's like, listen, just don't screw this up for me, all right? Like,
That does not look good for
you're
Thiago
no
Silva.
Thiago Silva. Tuchel's like, listen, you're no Thiago Silva, but you're the first Hayden Christensen. Please just don't fuck this up for. Oh my
You know,
god,
he
dude,
he
Thiago Silva
wasn't
was so
bad.
solid as well.
Yeah,
He
Thiago
wasn't
Silva is
bad.
I'm
probably
getting
the
intel
best
from the.
Chelsea player.
I'm getting intel from from our two halves
Headquarters.
headquarters. A certain Khalid Arman has mentioned that it's a potential knee injury.
I see
Yikes.
him walking off, so I don't think it's that bad.
Mm.
And
Um,
if our
Okay, he said
headquarters just turned their webcam on right now, they'd be eating Hardee's.
it's
uh,
Habby's.
not sponsored by the way.
uh,
Hardy's, call us.
we
Not
we
sponsored.
we love we love our editor. Really,
Speaking, all right. Speaking of
he's
Hardy's,
quite the mad lad.
all right, guys. Speaking of Hardy's, I love their curly fries, and I think
Yes.
their curly fries or their fries in general is the best thing ever. There have been
Okay.
days.
Oh, yo, for
There have
real.
been days where I come from
Mm.
university or like wherever I am.
Yes.
Like I might be out with my
Yeah.
family or something, and I'm coming back,
Brilliant.
and I've had
Mm.
large curly fries
Oh my
as a
God,
meal.
no.
As a
Don't.
meal, you know, it leaves all the other fries
Stop. Shut
behind.
up. That's
It's
enough.
not.
No. Mm.
Okay.
No, but
Okay.
real, right?
Stop it.
There was a period when I
Enough.
first,
Enough.
started eating them where I loved them so much that was it. I wouldn't eat anything else but Hardee's curly
Yes.
fries, and I would
But
just
curly
eat them
fries.
and eat them, eat them.
Dude,
And now
can
I'm
you
at the
stop?
point where I can't,
Can you guys stop
they
it?
don't go
You're
down
sick. You're
through my
sick of
throat.
them.
I'm
You
sick of
guys,
them.
You're sick
Yeah.
of them.
can you
What
But
about
it's
can you
like?
only
stop
because they were
inflicting
so good,
pain?
and I just honestly I couldn't help myself.
Do you guys understand the struggle I'm going through right now? That I don't have Hardee's here, and you guys are
Stephen
just
A. Smith meme? We don't care. We don't care.
we love this beat.
We love this.
I love that guy,
All
man.
right, but okay. So what
Oh
in
god. Okay, no.
ranking fries, right? Like any either curly or normal fries
Yeah,
between um Hardee's,
yeah,
Burger King, KFC,
yeah.
McDonald's. How would you rank
Mm.
them? First,
Ooh.
Ricky, go ahead.
Listen, listen. I love the Hardy curly fries, right?
Yeah.
But I feel as though the KFC fries are somewhat underrated, bro. There's just something about them that slaps. You know what I mean? Like it's the
Is it
perfect
cause of the
mixture of.
chicken? We're not talking about the chicken.
I
We're
think
talking about
so.
the fries on their own.
Listen, but wait, what better fries are there when when it's so soft and crispy at the same time, and it fits perfectly when you put it in with that that bun you get from the KFC that they
Yeah.
so nicely give you. You put the chicken skin, and then you put the fry, and then you mash them all together, and you put it in
But
your mouth.
no, that's not fair.
Oh,
That's not
baby,
fair.
it's so
Because
good.
you're like using the taste of the chicken to like swallow down the
All of
fries.
those things combined.
Yeah, that's not fair. We're talking about
Yeah.
fries standalone. Say you're like you stop by at like one of these restaurants, and you only pick
Yes.
the fries, nothing else. They
Yes.
ran out of chicken. They ran out of your buns. They ran out of everything.
Yes.
All you're left with
No,
is just fries.
but here's the thing: you need to bring those fries out to their maximum potential, man. Because how should I say this? It's like it's
They're
like
just potato, Ricky. Like they all have the same
Superman is
potential.
great. Superman is great on his own. Batman is at his best when he's with his gadgets, when he's with Alfred, when he's with his Robins. Do you understand where I'm coming
I
from?
I
The
understand them,
the
but
the KFC French fries, it needs
listen.
help, but at its best,
Okay,
it's
here. Okay, listen.
add a little bit of ketchup on top.
That's where you've lost me. The ketchup.
Okay, no,
Excuse me.
no, one
Excuse me.
more. No, Umar, I have something more important to say. The fries
Yes.
themselves are not Batman or Superman. They are Robin. All right, they are Alfred. They're the side thing. They're not the main thing,
Oh, here
right?
we
So,
go. Oh,
so
okay. We're getting deep
you
now.
can't, yeah, you can't like actually be like, all right, you know,
Okay, okay.
you get me? I'm pretty sure Robin
Listen,
alone and Robin with Batman, Robin would probably be better with Batman any day. But Robin alone, I don't know.
listen, listen. When it comes to fries, I am as diverse as it gets. I love them all like I would love my children, inshallah, all of them equally, So,
Wow,
but
that
of
Project
course,
Mbappe
but
on
of
its way.
course, in your heart, but of
that is a
course, in
bold
your heart,
statement.
you're bound to have favorites, and how you view your first will not be how you view your last.
Ah, that's a very
So
good analogy. Be,
Speaking as the last born in my
speaking as the
family, I
youngest
am very
child.
offended.
sorry.
uh,
Speaking as a last child, shut up. Okay, Umar, you take it. You take the wheel.
all right, Omar, you go ahead.
Okay, so first of all, we need to distinguish, are we talking about home delivery or are we talking about at the place? Because KFC, if
Oh.
you do home delivery, you're not ordering fries, you're ordering water basically.
Oh wow.
Oh,
Okay.
oh, oh, we're doing this.
The
Oh,
Judge
Hmm.
Kentucky, you heard that?
ooh,
Don't
Uh,
the
get me wrong. Don't
absolute
get me wrong. The fries are
peak on
great.
this.
I love them. I actually love them when you go there and eat. When you
yeah, they're
bring
actually
it
pretty decent.
for home delivery and it comes
I'm
45 minutes
I am
late.
All
feeling
right,
like
Omar, I'm
I
just
am
gonna
feeling like a
like stop you
prime
right here.
Qatar Foundation student right now. I feel like I should cancel you, son.
Omar, remember that time when we ordered KFC and it took too long? It took like
Oh,
Oh, you mentioned this story one time.
yeah,
Yeah,
and,
yeah,
and
yeah.
so
oh.
like for those that don't know, there's this special online delivery deal for KFC in Middle East where you get 12 pieces of chicken for a reasonably less price. And Umar and I, we were having a FIFA
Incredible.
night, just him and I, and we're like, you know what? Why not? KFC's the goat. So let's go for it, and we did,
Yeah.
right? And an hour passed, and we called them because usually that's like the maximum delivery time, and it still hadn't
Yeah.
come. An hour 20 minutes has passed. We called them. They're like, "Oh, the driver's still on his way." We're like, "Okay." An hour and 40 minutes passed, and this guy still didn't come. So after an hour and 50
Yeah.
minutes, the guy finally comes, and what was supposed to be chicken, well, it looked like chicken, but smelled a little bit more like fish. You know, it was It felt like our fried chicken had gone for some swimming.
Uh,
And so we were like, Umar. Oh, and more importantly, it was not spicy. It was the original. We
It
we
was the
we
original.
we Desi boys weren't gonna
dude,
have
no, no,
that.
no, 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 no. Basically, what you got was original chicken. I don't understand how people eat that absolute
Yeah, no, Ricky, we didn't take it.
monstrosity.
Monstrosity.
Ricky, we didn't take it. You think we would settle for that? I know it's KFC and all, but never. I called the
To all
driver
my
back.
Pinoy boys back home, what are you guys on, son?
I
Spicy
called,
is the way to
yeah,
go. Whenever I see my Pinoy boys ordering the original, I go, lads,
lads, what's
what's going
wrong?
on? You guys are
Anyways, we
missing
called the
out.
driver back. The driver comes back. We're like, all right, you know what?
Yeah.
We're not having this. We actually called KFC back, right? Not the driver. And the KFC was like, you know
Yeah.
what? We're sending the driver back. You can return this chicken to him.
Yeah.
So we do send it back.
Mm.
And in 20
Yeah.
minutes, in
Oh,
20
look at that.
minutes, came
Goat tier
hot,
service, baby.
spicy,
Oh,
crispy chicken.
yeah.
The
Mm-mm.
best fried chicken I've ever had, with
At its
the
absolute peak,
best
baby.
KFC
Just
fries
like we
I've
love
ever
it.
had. And you know,
Oh,
I
yeah.
just sat there thinking, why can't they do this all the time? Imagine KFC in 20 minutes. That is a dream.
Am I ever will you ever feel happier than when you have that first bite of KFC alongside your friends and family? No, no,
I
that's life at its peak right
You
there.
know,
KFC
we've
is
talked
more than the food, it's the moment. Yes, my friend. Yes, Umar.
we've talked about the fries. We've talked about the chicken, but you guys are ignoring the Pepsi. The Pepsi is what completes it. The Pepsi is where the heart is. I kid you not. When you have a
Yo,
bite of your
for
chicken or your
real.
burger or whatever, you have some fries or whatever, and then you take that sip.
Mm,
The
That's the
moment
truth.
mm.
All right,
the
what?
Pepsi
Okay,
goes from the
before
Oh,
straw into
baby.
your mouth, it hits the back of your throats and goes down. That's when you know you've completed life.
you,
This is
Oh,
as high as it
it
yes.
gets.
provides a
Dude,
coolness in your
dude.
chest. You know.
Oof.
Dude, can you imagine there are some people, right? You're eating KFC and they mention things around the lines of, I think I'll just get water. I'm like,
Water with
my friend,
KFC. That's
are
oh,
no, listen. We know what we're getting into when we're eating KFC. We understand it's unhealthy. And with KFC, you don't go halfway, midway, a quarter way.
exactly.
No, my friend, you go all the damn way.
How are you trying
You
to
go
be
all
healthy
the way
while
with
eating
that shit.
KFC? Just get into it.
You don't. Like, I don't understand what KFC are trying to do when they bring the mighty zinger with what? Leaves? With vegetables? No, my friend. I don't want this damn tomato.
Uh,
Get it out of here.
yeah.
They don't deserve to be in the same bun. Get it out. Oh, I love it.
So Umar, what are your preferences of fries between McDonald's, Hardee's, KFC, Burger King?
Okay, in terms of if you're talking about an individual meal by itself, like the
Just the
fries were the
fries.
only thing.
Just the fries on their own. Like no cheating like Ricky. No putting chicken and buns in. All right, just the fries. We're not
Okay,
Gordon Ramsaying it up in there. We're just having the fries.
Hardee's I think is the way to go for fries, just fries.
Man,
Hardee's number one. I think it's clear because it's the most filling. I don't know
it
if you realize
definitely
this.
it's the most
It's
Mm.
definitely the
tasteful as
most
well.
filling. Yeah.
What what about their chili fries? Their chili fries are great as well, aren't they?
Hardee's chili fries or KFC chili
I've
fries?
Have you guys
never
not
had their
tried those
chili
before?
fries.
I've had KFC chili fries and
Oh.
they're like they're okay. It's
Yeah.
just it's not something extraordinary. They're literally just put some masala on top of normal fries. So for me, being Pakistani, that's like what I get back home
Mm,
from every corner of the road.
yeah.
So, I'm not even kidding. That's what I have every vacation. And yeah. Umar, so what are number 2, number 3? Go ahead, rank them please.
Number two, number three. We're talking about plain fries, right? No
Play,
spicy, none of that nonsense.
I mean, no, like
Mm,
if there's spicy fries, then
mm.
sure, why not? If there's like, but just fries, like, with
Just your
themselves.
top
Okay.
three of all time.
Mm. Okay, so for a pure Oh my
Yeah.
God, Mason Mount.
Mason.
Um, and
No
that's
fries for you,
halftime, is
Mason.
it?
Yep, that's halftime.
All right. Okay,
Great first
so
half. Great
1-0
first
thanks
half.
to Eric Dyer.
okay, who cares about the football? Let's talk about the fries. For a while, from McDonald's, there were these cheese fries with jalapenos on top,
Yes,
and
those were
that was
good.
the bomb. Like, I don't think they're like a regular thing, so I'm just gonna ignore that for now. But that was so good.
I think if you want that right, you can go to New York Fries, and
Okay.
they sell. That's like what they sell.
Okay,
And
okay, so
yeah,
I went to Firefly and I ordered the cheese
ooh,
fries with
they have.
jalapenos
Yeah,
there.
that's true as well.
Yeah,
Those are
that
pretty good.
was,
Yeah,
oof, that was so good. The only problem I had with them was that they cut up the jalapenos like a bit too small.
yeah.
Like, yeah, so it was hard to get it with your fork in every
Mmm.
bite, but it was still amazing. In terms of these four, I
Mmm.
think I'll go for McDonald's, just the regular plain fries, simple, salty, crispy.
Mmm.
I love it.
Classic.
Yeah.
Classic,
Safe option. The
safe
classic
option.
safe
You could
option.
never go wrong with it.
Mm. Never will go wrong. The
Never go
size
wrong.
is brilliant. You know, you know what you're getting into,
I remember.
guys. I just wait before Abdur. So, does somebody want to read out the story for me? It's on
What's your?
WhatsApp
From our headquarters that is
Let
eating Hardee's
from
behind
our
that hidden.
headquarters.
let me tune in.
Instead of smuggling drugs or other things, my man's trying to.
We're we're gonna go in a different direction.
Yo, who's gonna read it out?
Ricky, go ahead. You have
I,
the honor.
Ricky,
dude,
I think Ricky, you should do it.
okay. So for anybody, so for those of you guys that are watching out there, I think all of us know who Khalid is. He basically
Khalid Naeem
mentioned the
Arman.
story, right? So he so he was in Qatar and he was going back home to Australia where he was doing uni at the time, and I don't know what it is about Australian KFC. It's probably firstly not halal or something. So he thought that he would just bring 21 pieces of KFC from Qatar to
Oh,
Australia,
dude.
and at the
Oh
im-
no, cooked, actual
and at the
cooked.
and, and the and at the immigration, right? The guys were asking, "Hey, yo, who made this?" And Khalid's like, "My mom." and they and they were like, you can either eat all of it right now or throw it in the trash. And my man is just like, oh god, why
Damn,
do you do
wow.
this? Man, poor guy. I've heard a lot about the Australian immigration, man. That's tough. That's mean, man. I think Trevor Noah, he talked about, like, he mentioned one time in his stand-up, right, how strict the Australian immigration is. What's that? It's Kiwi, bro. Relax. Oh god.
Uh,
Poor guy, man.
that's
He was off a 14-hour flight as well.
we're sorry, Khalid. If anything,
Uh,
you get KFC on me next time
He
because of
still owes
this.
me a mighty zinger. I don't know if you
oh
guys
yeah, he
remember from the
He
does.
group
does
chat.
for the
Yeah, he
Havertz deal,
does. He
right?
does for Havertz. Although the taste will, not be as great anymore.
Maybe it'll mature over time.
Because I mean, let's face it. I mean, like, Havertz, he hasn't been that great, has he? I mean, yeah,
Oh
hopefully.
my God. You know what? Khalid,
Oh
take
god.
Havertz and I'll
Oh
get you the
boy.
KFC. I don't even
So
care at this
guys,
point.
Oh no,
yeah.
no. What really is that mighty zinger worth 70 million?
Excuse me.
Oh,
It
brilliant.
was
It was at the time.
72.3 or something.
Oh wow.
Number
Uh,
one, past Kepa.
Jeez.
wow. For
Jeez.
me,
Wow.
the best fries are always gonna be
Yeah.
curly fries. Hardee's curly
Oh yeah.
fries. Like I mentioned, I would have them as a meal regularly. Major
Yeah.
contribution to my weight gain. I'm not even like denying it. Even Hardee's knows
I
it.
mean, dude, how do you maintain your weight in Qatar, man? I literally know what I'm getting into when I'm in Qatar.
When
The
the
last time. the last time I was there, sorry, Umar, the last time I was there, I was a comfortable 83 kilograms, best shape of my life. Okay. I was actually like, pretty fit at this point. And then my mom's like, "Hey, do you want to go out here?" I'm like, "Mom, we just had lunch,
We just yeah.
but you don't want to go to Baskin Robbins?" I'm like, "Okay."
Okay. Let's go.
Okay, mom. And then she would cook dinner, and right afterwards, "Hey, there's this great offer on KFC." I'm like, "Mom, you know what? That sounds great. Let's go for it."
Yeah.
Oh, I love you, mom. Oh, it's brilliant. You know what you're getting into in Qatar, man. I don't know how people get thin there. It's impossible, bro.
And it's also like so convenient now with all these
It's so
applications. You have
convenient.
Talabat, you have Carriage, you have Rafiq.
Yeah,
You have so
yeah.
many of these delivery applications that you can just
Yep.
connect your credit card or debit card to, and you don't
Yep.
even have to
Mm-hmm.
pay. You don't feel like you're paying. You just
You
get
don't feel like
food.
you're paying anything.
Yeah, you just get your food and just keep eating.
Dude.
Hmm. And I think like what they've done is they've like reduced the prices as well. Like not only are there offers on
Mm,
these apps, but even like delivery charges, for example, where
Yeah.
I think McDonald's would be
yeah.
like 7 or 8. I'm not sure how much it is.
But I think
I
that is
think
what like McDonald's gives anyways. I think for the companies themselves there are, but I remember KFC online delivery. They were free,
Mm.
free.
especially for that 12-piece chicken bucket
Mm.
that we were just talking about. That used to be
Oh my
free. That used to be
god.
such a huge incentive.
Oh, excuse me.
You're just like off
Free.
No, no.
free delivery.
If you order McDonald's from Rafik, you get it for 1 real delivery, I think.
Wow. Okay, that's
Yeah,
very interesting. Time to
that's
install
crazy.
Rafik after this, I guess. One
Do
real
we
delivery is the
want to
equivalent of
briefly
driving through.
Honestly.
do we want to briefly talk about that first half, boys? What do we think? How's the game looking so far?
Okay, so let's just talk about the goal first. I just want to mention that Jorginho's penalty technique, he doesn't do his hop skip
Mm,
thing. He
Yeah,
went
he
for it
didn't. He just went
bazooka
for it.
style.
yeah, you
And
prefer
Loris
that?
went the right way too.
Lloris dived the right way. And
Mm,
if
Yeah.
he had done that and gone the right way, that would have been saved every single day of the week.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, in terms of the first half, I think it was a very good half from Chelsea. Um, Great on the ball. They were moving it
mm,
around
mm,
well. Defensively,
mm,
Jorginho and Kovacic had that midfield secured.
Yeah.
If anything did get through them, Thiago
mm,
Silva was there covering everything. We saw him like twice, I think,
mm,
crucial challenges to
mm.
win the ball back. Kovacic picking up the ball, moving 40 yards forward, and then passing it to someone, like of Werner or
Great ball
Hudson-Odoi or
carrier.
whatever. Yeah, honestly, one of the best in the Premier
Yeah.
League. Honestly.
It's been something of a very cagey half, the way I've seen it so far.
Yeah.
I think both teams have struggled to find that final ball. Chelsea just happened to find the breakthrough,
The penalty.
as well as Spurs. I think are struggling in possession. There was a period where they're really finding it difficult to get out of their own half. So credit to Tuchel for that. And I'm just reading this funny tweet, man. Werner wins so many penalties with his bad touch, even defenders don't know where the ball is going.
No, he did okay there. I think
Oh God.
if Dyer just had
Yeah.
like a little bit more composure and
Eric
patience,
Dyer, yeah.
yeah, that you know,
Composure. Don't sugarcoat it
Composure
here,
and
Abdurrahman. Let's
patience.
let's say it how it
Composure
is.
and
If he
patience
had
with
more
Eric
brain
Dyer.
cells,
if he had four brain cells, I
Hmm.
think that shouldn't have been a pen. Like I
Hmm.
mean, that is terrible. In every way you look at it. Y-
what was he thinking?
No,
Hmm.
What
I
was
mean,
he
edge of
thinking?
the box. The ball's not going
No.
anywhere. Werner's not going anywhere, and there's three people surrounding Werner. By that, there's no Chelsea player in
Hmm.
sight. In acres of space. That's just terrible. Spurs don't look promising right now. But then
No.
again, this
No.
is Mourinho's Spurs. If they do score, it will
Hmm.
be from, a flash in a pan chance, just like something unexpected. Something will fall to
Hmm.
one of the bigger guys.
Hmm.
Either it'll be a headed goal, or it'll be a
They're just going to have to be clinical when that chance
exactly,
comes.
exactly. Uh, but without Kane, I just feel like there's nothing much can do. It will be very interesting to see who Mourinho brings on. If
Mm,
Mourinho brings on Bale or
mm,
Dele Alli,
mm.
because in the press
I will be
conference,
interested.
yeah,
Yeah.
in the press conference, Mourinho stated that we need a good Dele Alli back, and
Yeah.
this there are reports inside of like Tottenham saying that Mourinho had a private chat with Dele Alli.
Yeah. Yeah. I saw
Yeah,
that too. Yeah.
and just to check on his well-being, just to check like how's he
Mm,
doing, and just to reassure him that now that the window's closed, now that he's here, he's gotta work hard and
mm.
make it in his team, and
Yeah.
Mourinho will be fair to him. So that will be very very interesting to see.
One thing I want
Mm.
to point out, I feel as though if Mourinho has come under some pressure for his job, especially with Tottenham's recent results. I
Yeah,
mean, we saw things boil down at United, especially let's say Paul Pogba, that whole situation when he turned up to training and Mourinho just told him to go or something. There was like a video of it. I can't remember exactly what
I
happened.
think Pogba came late, and
Yeah,
he was very
Yes. Yes.
unapologetic.
Yes. It was the training.
Yeah,
yeah. So, I mean, I guess from that, Mourinho now knows like that cost, that was one of the series of events that cost him, not, maybe not the job directly, but a lot of fan following, let's say. A lot of
yeah,
fans who were
for
backing
sure.
Mourinho to succeed at United were like, he's not managing the players right. So maybe he's just thinking the same at Spurs could happen. He just wants to make sure that, like, because the right now, like, whenever you go around, look at fans of Tottenham talking, they're backing Mourinho. They're ready to drop on a sword for him, really. And
Yeah,
we saw that at United for a while. We saw that at Chelsea twice. We saw that at Madrid. That guy has an effect,
that
but
immediate
really
effect. Right.
that
Yeah.
immediate effect, exactly. And a lot of times, like at Chelsea, the second time, you could say at United as well, in recent years, his last two jobs, like the fans got blinded by their faith in him and how the team was performing or should have been performing.
It should have been.
So, as a Chelsea fan, I'm very happy that this is happening. I just want to see how this, goes down in the end, whether this guy keeps his job, whether or not. But it was definitely the right move from Mourinho to,
Okay,
at
but
least.
yeah, what do you think? Like, all due respect to Spurs, but clubs like Chelsea, right? They've won Premier Leagues, they won Champions League. They have a status. They've cemented a status in the Prem. They've like they're always given any random season like in the future they're probably title contenders, right? Same with United, regardless of the shaky era after Sir Alex Ferguson. They've the fans have like somewhat of a status like, oh, we gotta win titles, we gotta challenge for this, right? So these guys have some kind of like a high expectancy from their managers. The club's big. That's what I'm trying to say. Spurs, on the other hand, you know, the highlight of their recent history is that Champions League final, which they lost, right? Mourinho's won that competition twice. He's won many Premier Leagues. He could arguably be bigger than the club.
I'd go as far as to say that he is.
I mean,
He
on paper,
definitely is.
yeah, right. Um, I mean,
Mm.
probably like Spurs with the stadium and Mourinho alone probably balances that out.
He. Mm.
Ooh.
Here's the thing. Here's my take on his situation. Um, I don't think they'll sack him. First of all, if he does end up winning the Carabao Cup,
Yeah,
because that will be a huge achievement for them, regardless of where they finish in the league.
Just getting that
as
trophy.
long as top
Mourinho
six, I would believe.
breaking that curse of not winning a trophy for God knows how many years will just be such a massive boost for them. It might even go down as having a similar effect to what he did at Real Madrid. Just win that
Yeah,
first trophy, everything will get better from there. So we never know. It's not as if Real Madrid were playing stellar football before they were winning the Copa del Rey either. It was after they got that Copa del Rey trophy where you saw one of the best Real Madrid sides and one of the best La Liga sides of all time. And and Just to play devil's advocate, I do think that once again he has been somewhat unfortunate with some injuries as well. Harry Kane and Sergio Reguilon, they are kind of a part of an important spine that this Spurs team have.
Yeah.
I don't think they have that great of a squad depth, if I'm being honest with you. I mean, let's face it, man. It was clear to see. I mean, Eric Dyer as center back. It's not great when he's pulling out challenges like that. You need your main men out there doing the job
You need
for
a
you. And that's
proper
how
center
Mourinho
back, an
always
out and
has
out center
been.
back.
Mourinho always will need to rely on the players he trusts 200%. That's the way he's won his titles so far. But his problem is his inability to change and adapt, I guess, if that makes sense. Because I think I read a stat somewhere where it showed that Pochettino was still capable of maintaining a great amount of points gained despite Harry Kane not being fit, whereas it showed statistically that Jose Mourinho was overly reliant on
On
Kane.
Kane, yeah.
So that's maybe something he needs to work on. Yeah.
But I think it's just not Kane. Mourinho has a history with his strikers in general. I remember when
Yes.
Higuain was his main striker at Real Madrid,
Mm.
because Benzema
Yeah.
just wasn't that good at that point.
Mm.
And there was a very famous uh, quote that Mourinho said, which got very popular at that time, was that Higuain got injured and the reporters asked him, "What will you do?" And Mourinho, without trying to hide his, favoritism or something, he just said, uh, "When you don't have the dog, you have to hunt with a cat," referring to
Yeah. That.
Higuain as a dog and
Mm,
Benzema as the cat. And you know, it depends on
yeah.
the personality of the player. Benzema took it as an
Yeah.
opportunity as a young striker, and now he's
Yeah.
probably one of the greatest center forwards in Real Madrid's history. And Higuain
Yeah.
is, well, more known as a bottler than anything else, despite having a great career.
still a great still a
Yeah,
great striker, still had a great
yeah,
career in my opinion. It's just that it didn't work out for him.
yeah.
It happens, it's normal.
So
But
like it's not just
yeah,
that. He's always been
but like how you
relentless
mentioned
forwards.
that. Mm, yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. There was even an occasion where he was so hard on Rashford also. It was, I think the English media were on him at one point, asking him why Rashford wasn't playing at all. And there was this one game where Rashford was the main striker because Lukaku at one point was injured and was incapable of playing.
Yeah.
And United lost that game. And his immediate reply in the press conference was, I played Rashford. See what happened? Here's the thing though. I understand on one side, if you're a certain type of personality that can spur you on to
Yeah.
motivate you, but not everybody is the same. You need to be flexible in your approach. You need to
Exactly.
learn when to bring your arm around the shoulder as well as when to absolutely go nuts on someone because
Yeah.
everybody responds differently. So
I think Mourinho's
I think
very,
Spurs have
very
started this
stubborn.
half well. Mm.
Yeah. I think
Yes, he is. It's in
he
his character. Yeah.
in this regard, like I don't expect him to change at his old age. Uh
Yeah.
I expect this, like, trying to continue. And it's, you could say that the current generation, you could say it's they're more softer or they care more about it. But yeah, wow, and Dombele, what a,
How has
oh
Ndombele
my
not lost the
days.
ball?
Excellent
Dude, this
skills.
guy's world class. Yeah, go
Okay,
on,
just as
English.
you
Yeah.
guys were talking about Mourinho, I just want to point out in the first 4 minutes now, Tottenham have been on the front foot. I
The
don't
Spurs
think
have
Chelsea
been
have
looking
touched the
Yeah,
good.
ball in the
they
Tottenham
have
half.
been. They
Yeah,
started this
yeah,
half
they're
more
going for it.
positively, but it's all
Mm-hmm.
about sustaining it right now, right?
You know those little
Yeah,
TVs they
yeah.
have at Pitside? I think Mourinho's got the Two Halves podcast on right now. Just,
Oh,
We love you,
I can.
Jose.
I'm thinking. Mourinho's gonna get more. This team's gonna get like up in their faces now, in Chelsea's faces.
Yeah, yeah.
Clearly
They
they're showing
should. They
more
need to.
intent. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, in Ndombele. I'm just watching that again. Oh, he nutmegged Mount. Like,
Dude, this
wow.
guy, can I say
What a
this?
player.
Oh,
You know those you dude, you know those YouTube compilations? Is there any point in pressing him?
pressing him.
Yes. Is
Yeah.
there any point in pressing in Dombele? There
I know
isn't.
there
There's no
isn't.
point.
He
Don't.
just jogged off those
Can I
two
just say,
players.
he is the most press resistant player in the Premier League.
In the Premier
Debate
League.
me on that. You can't. He is
I
in the Premier League, yes.
I don't see
Most
anyone else
press
right
resistant.
now. Currently on
Yeah.
form,
Yeah.
I don't see anyone else right now. Uh,
Did you see in the Liverpool game where he did that spin when he was being really
yeah.
pressed upon?
He
That
left Milner for
what
dead.
is wrong with this man? Exactly.
He
What is
left
wrong with
Milner for
this man?
dead.
What is wrong with him? World class on like in those
I
situations,
don't
man. He is
if Spurs don't go anywhere in the next year, I don't see him, and if he sustains this level and keeps on getting better, I don't see him staying at Spurs. I see
There was
him.
an interview. There was an interview or something, not
he
an
shouldn't.
interview, maybe just a conversation where Ndombele said that
Mm.
I don't know, someone talked about him moving to a different club, and he said something along the lines of, "In the future, why not?"
I mean,
Oh, oh,
yeah,
oh, that
definitely.
was a conversation he had with Mbappe, I think.
Mbappe, yeah.
Because I think
Yeah,
I think it was an Instagram story or something of the sort where both of them are having a conversation, and Mbappe was saying, "Oh, my man, showing those skills. You want to turn up in Paris?" And then Dombele was saying, "I'm very happy at the moment in Tottenham Hotspurs. I'm playing very well, but who knows in the future? Why not?"
yeah, and I
He's
don't
of
blame
that
him.
caliber.
Yeah, he deserve like maybe like we always say like he's very technically gifted, so Spain would suit him very well. Um, teams like Madrid, Barcelona, I think uh, he would suit their style a lot, especially Barcelona. The way he
Mm,
plays, uh,
absolutely,
he would suit Barcelona a
absolutely.
lot. And let's see,
Yeah.
they've got quite the French Revolution going on at Barcelona themselves with that spine of Griezmann,
Exactly. They have a
Dembele,
good French base. Yeah.
yeah, Longley.
Mm-hmm.
They got plenty of
Umtiti. Mm-hmm.
Umtiti. So, you never know.
Yeah.
These things can be quite the factor too.
Yeah.
Griezmann.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah, we start off with Griezmann.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I wasn't listening.
Yeah.
Did, did you guys see the highlights of that Barcelona Granada game? That was
I did.
insane.
The
Ooh.
5-3.
The
Oh,
5-3.
that's the second
Mm.
time Spurs have
The,
fouled
this
the ball
Barcelona Granada
up
game.
high. That was quite the game.
Pressed.
Oh,
It's better than what they were doing last. Yeah, that was crazy. That was crazy.
they weren't doing bad last season.
Some of the
This is a
goals.
myth. This is a myth that people because it's just simply that people don't watch enough La Liga. They were first until the 25th or 24th match day
Mm.
for
Mm.
almost 2/3, anywhere between 50 to like 60% of the competition. They were
Mm.
actually first,
Yeah.
and they didn't lose the
Mm.
league by a lot of points. I think it was like 2 or 3 or 4 points. They weren't doing bad. It is just the 8-2 which makes like
Mm.
make them look
Mm.
like they were finished, but they weren't. That was
Yeah.
just a freak of a game.
Yeah.
They were
Yeah.
actually
I
very
never
very
thought that as
good.
well. Yeah.
Yeah. I wouldn't have been surprised last year if Barcelona had won the league because they were actually sorry, if they had won the Champions League
Mm.
because they were actually very good.
Mm.
Um, I
They were.
don't usually say a lot of good things about PK, but for the
Mm.
first 6 months of the season, I think he was a top five center back in the world. He was very,
Mm. He
very
can be on his
solid.
day. Yeah.
Yeah, no, he
Yeah.
was very consistent. And
Yeah.
what they've just done is that with Coman coming in, he did things right all along. Giving Messi that free space, more playing him more centrally, behind the strikers as like a midfielder rather than as a forward, right? Utilizing Griezmann as a striker rather than as a bit
Yeah.
part player for Messi, um, and
Yeah.
also including youngsters instead of always trying to play these senior players in. He did a lot with initially in the first few weeks with Fati, right? Ansu Fati,
Mm.
and now with
Lovely talent. Great talent.
Pedri, Trincao. He's also
Mm.
he also said like he's not gonna bring Ricky Puig in, but now
Mm,
he's playing too. And man, what a guy that is.
yeah,
And
what a player.
they're stacked with talent if they can maintain it. This group of youngsters may be as good as bar Messi, but like I think collectively they can replicate some of the successes
Mm.
with the current bot
Something
talent.
similar, yeah.
Yeah, of
Mm.
that Xavi,
Yeah,
Iniesta, Messi,
of that chef.
Busquets,
Yep,
Piqué,
exactly.
Fabregas. You know
Hmm.
that kind of era because they got some really really good players in there. Um,
They do. They
I
have
do,
supreme talent.
yeah. With a lot of these seniors to guide them, you never know what can be made out of them.
Yeah.
I just want to say about this game. Tottenham are getting a result, boys. I'm telling you this right now. Look at they've been insane for the
Relax,
past 10
relax,
minutes.
It's still
They have been
son.
insane.
35
There have
minutes
been
to go.
My
there have
friend.
been two opportunities
Here,
where they pressed the ball so high in the Chelsea's final third and won it back, and then the referee gave a foul, rightly so. But one of these times when we're trying to play out the back, we're not gonna get the foul and they're gonna get the goal. I'm
Umar,
telling you this right now.
Umar, listen, here on this podcast, we promote positivity of the
Oh,
highest order.
good block
Ooh,
by
that was
Dyer.
decent.
Good
Yeah,
block by
that was.
Dyer.
Look at Rudiger in position to save the day. That's my center back.
Going back to the 5-3 in the Granada Barcelona game.
Yeah,
Um, yeah,
great goals.
great goals, but it was against Granada,
Who's injured? Someone's
and
injured.
I think
Oh,
Dyer
Eric
took
Dyer.
one in
Oh
the
my god.
family jewels.
Oh my god.
Well, the
Oh
last time
my
he played
god.
Chelsea, I believe he ran in the middle of the game to do his
Uh,
business.
well,
Dude,
I, f- I feel like
That's
some
painful.
businesses have been stopped here, Romer.
what happened? I didn't see. I
He
didn't see
got
what
he
happened to
got hit
him.
in the midsection.
His
I
crown jewels.
For
Yeah.
real? No
Hmm.
way. Damn.
Maybe
Yeah, he's
just
gonna have to
maybe
take
just
care of
slightly
some more
above, but yeah.
He's
business.
walking it off. He's walking it off.
What a tough lad.
Yikes. Oh, lovely. Did you see
Uh,
that from Jorginho? I
Oh my
love
yeah.
that
God,
kind
two
of
players,
composure.
two players.
I love that kind of composure in
And
a
then did you see the
midfielder.
ball by him?
Like,
He
just
almost lost it.
relax. They're not as close as you think they are. I love that.
uh, no, I think Chelsea have survived the scare.
Oh.
Oh,
Young
Mm.
Money Mace.
mhm.
That period of ascendancy that Spurs were on is beginning to somewhat dim a little,
Yep, for
and
sure.
Chelsea are beginning to string a few passes together once
We need to
again.
get a
And
What do you
goal.
guys
We
think of
need to get a
Sissoko
goal
as a player?
one more,
before.
and it's game over. Hmm.
I think Tottenham is the perfect club for him. Um,
I
Oh,
mean,
oh,
he
oh,
kind of sums
let's
up
just leave it right there.
oh,
mediocrity.
oh, oh,
Oh,
okay. We are honored to be graced by your presence.
Wow.
Oh,
Are
beautiful.
you smuggling any
What's he
KFC?
laughing about?
Every day his dog a
Oh.
dog.
Khalid, do you not have your
Oh
do
my
you not have your
god.
mic with you? Do you not have your mic with you?
What do you mean? Why would I bring my mic to work?
Hey,
I don't know.
you never know.
Aren't you?
Emergency
Oh,
Aren't yeah,
whoa.
podcast.
exactly.
Oh,
Money
okay.
Mace,
Whoa.
Money Mace,
Ma-
Money Mace, Timo,
Oh,
Timo.
what
Oh,
a challenge! What a challenge! Aurier out
It
of
was a
all people.
challenge.
I
It was a
believe so. It
challenge.
has to be. It has to be. No way. No
Wait,
way.
what a run.
What
Yes.
a ball. What a
Oh,
ball.
yes, it was.
What a ball too. What a
Yeah,
challenge.
yeah. It was a block. It was a
Oh,
block. It was a block. It was a block. It was a block.
that's no. But guys, like that ball, running with that much pace and that ball, it's very difficult
Yeah.
That was a very
Save on
good touch from
experience, right?
Werner to get that ball in.
and
Do
under
you think?
control as well.
Do,
Yeah.
do you
Yeah.
guys think Mason should have shot it? Like maybe.
No, he. I think he did the right thing there. He was on his left, and it's not De Gea and goal, right?
Wow. All right.
I'm just a throwback to last
Okay.
year's semifinal.
Woo!
Yeah.
Wow. All right. Take that sly dig. It's fine.
He's been really good this season.
Oh, David.
He's been really good this season.
Look at my man. He's preparing the next thumbnail of Jose watching us. Jose, you're welcome on this podcast anytime.
We have a
And
lot
just
of
just
We
just
would
contact us
love.
at twohalvesproduction@gmail.com. Oh,
Rudy.
oh my
Oh,
Rudiger.
No, no, wait.
that
Okay,
control though.
relax,
Yo,
relax,
guys,
Oh,
that
okay.
control for
relax.
a center back.
He was blocked. He was blocked. Relax.
And he's
I
bald.
know you're
Why
about
you
to.
gotta be so rude?
And he
That's not
was.
my.
Rudiger
He
is
was
so...
on.
Wait,
He's
is he
on.
slightly on?
Relax.
He's
He's
slightly
on.
He's
on.
like his leg.
He's
He's like
on.
his
Is
foot
that like
off.
another block by Eric Dyer?
Eric Dyer having the game of his life after giving a penalty away. Is everything fine, lad?
Against Chelsea. You
He
never
needs to make
know.
a mistake before he starts playing well. What a man.
He
He's
sets the
learned
bar
from his
so low
mistakes.
for
He's come
himself.
back a different man.
Yeah, he sets the bar so low for himself
That
at the
anything
start
he
of
does
the
after
game.
it's just fine.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
Can't disappoint people if the bar is like right down over here.
Yeah. Completes a pass, and Jose is like,
In Portuguese, clapping in Portuguese.
oh. Yo, I want to see Bale come on just for the just for the fun of it.
Listen, Bale coming on
Oh,
will kill the
God.
game for Spurs. I look, that guy brings in no
Yeah,
energy.
yeah.
That guy brings in no
He
energy.
brings in nothing. He's offered nothing.
He's just
I
very
mean,
lazy.
at least against Premier League
Oh, there
sides,
he is.
from what I've seen. Yeah.
With that
Goals
man bun.
0, assists 0, ball spots 1.
You see, makes you think like at least my man Jay Lings, one game,
Jesse
2
Lings.
goals. My man. Am I doing it right?
You know, I
don't know.
understand. I understand. Managers loving players like Jesse Lingard when I see players like Gareth Bale, because at least Lingard's gonna run, right? He's gonna press or something. He's gonna do that like whole thing about bringing passion and being into people's.
He looked very
faces.
good yesterday, by the way.
I mean, he got 2
looked
goals,
very
so definitely.
good. He looked
um,
a different man.
yeah.
Not
mean-
not just the way he played, but I don't know
Yeah.
if you guys saw like the way they were
Mm.
celebrating. It's like the teammates are already like on
Mm.
board with the J Lings project,
And I mean, he was like a late signing. He was a late signing, and he's been straight into the squad, like straight
Yeah.
into the starting 11.
Yeah.
Doesn't tend to
Oh.
happen.
Yeah.
Ooh, what's wrong there, Jorginho?
And here's
I
the
don't
thing with
know.
Lingard. Here's the thing. Well, what happened? Aye,
Alright,
nasty.
Just a step.
Here's the thing with though. You can always talk about how his ability on the ball, but people forget that having a personality off the field is as
Yeah.
important. I think a lot of players liked Jesse Lingard because
Fuck.
Yeah.
granted he could be a bit of a clown, but people like that. He's a good guy, and I think a lot of players were happy for him because he had a lot of struggles off the pitch. His mother I think, was just recently diagnosed with cancer,
I think she was.
and
She
he
had
had to
been
take care of.
She'd been going through treatment.
Yeah, and
for
I
a
think he
while.
had to take care of. And I think he had to take care of both his younger sister and his grandma. So it wasn't a particularly
America's on his
easy
way.
time for him.
He's
Time
taking
to
off
shoot
his
those things in, baby.
training shirt. Looks like he's coming on, Omar.
Oh,
Oh my God, Marcus Alonso. He's our best striker at the moment. I'm not even kidding. I know that went off target, but he's our best striker. Whichever youth
he would
coach
be
decided
such a
to
great
make him
target,
a left
man.
back.
United,
Honestly.
I swear to God,
So
What do you think of Drew?
he'd be such a great target, man.
Umar, Pulisic is probably gonna come on for who?
On for I think one of the 2 inside forwards,
Odoi.
either Mason Mount or Hudson Odoi. Ah, there it is, Hudson
there
CHO
it
Odoi.
is,
coming
there it
off. Caltech.
Time to do some
Good
homework.
performance today, lad.
I apologize from the
Hey,
bottom of my
yo,
heart for
guys,
even doubting
it's
for a
crazy
second that
today.
Mason Mount was gonna
It's
go off.
raining. Oh my god, like it's heavily raining outside, guys. Yo, bro.
We don't know what we don't know what's going
Headquarters?
back in headquarters, but It's
We have
never a dull
discovered
moment
rain.
with
Not even
Naeem
when it's
around.
raining.
Do you guys do,
What's the
do you guys
weather
know that
forecast
soccer
like for
panel with
tomorrow?
Jeff Shreves?
Paul Merson, Jeff Shreves, and whatnot.
Oh, listen.
I love that. I want to emulate that, man. I want to emulate that. Back to Khalid.
Oh, oh,
Oh,
oh,
all
oh,
right.
my money mace, money
Oh,
mace. That what was that touch? Are you Lukaku?
all right. Werner still has it. Werner still has it. And oh, good.
Okay,
Yep.
Oh,
okay.
good defending.
Guys, I don't know
Kobe.
how I'm suddenly behind.
That's
Yeah, I'm way in front of you guys. Not way, like just second.
all right.
That is some great pay-per-view.
Anyways,
Ooh. Okay.
good stuff.
Oh, Timothy Werner. Oh no, no
I
mind.
think. I think. Yeah.
Oh, oh, that was good. That was good.
Yo, Chelsea is playing. Okay, never mind.
They were
Tuchel ball,
playing, and
you
now
know?
they're not.
Yeah, Tuchel ball. How do you say his name?
Tuch-
Tuchel?
Tuchel.
Tuchel.
No,
Go to
no.
hell. Okay.
That was
Okay.
a good chance. That was good. That was a good play.
So, guys, United, what's it called? Recorded a narrow win over Southampton. Just a small win.
Oh man,
Only
that's
only the
bias.
9 goals.
It was a very,
Actually
it was a
disgraceful.
very, cagey game. Looks
Oh,
like,
oh,
looks like Southampton were locked at home or something.
you know, crazy stat somewhere that mentioned that under Louis van Gaal, for an entire season, United only managed to score 48 goals. This stage of the season, United already have 46. Okay, so I don't care what people think, man. That's at least nice to see in the goals department, and having your fullbacks being capable of crossing changes everything, man. Luke Shaw, my man, added again with 2 assists. Should have had more. My man, Aaron Wan-Bissaka, crossing it in like a prime. Oh God, I don't want to say Trent. That feels weird. But yes, like
Danny Alves.
crossing it in. Ah, there we go. They look similar after all,
Cafu, Danny
So
Alves,
there you go.
they're all the same.
My man playing like prime Cafu. You love to see it. My captain El Capitan playing like a proper number 10, distributing the ball, those through balls like you would see
All
in
right, that's
FIFA.
another run.
That's
Oh,
my
Oh,
oh
man,
my
bro.
is that a
God.
pen?
Guys, why?
Is that a?
No!
Oh, he's hurt.
How many chances?
Oh,
He's hurt though. Oh, Tuchel isn't happy about that.
I'm not either. I hope that's a pen.
Wait,
Doesn't look
do you
Chelsea,
it.
show
guys?
some dominance.
Doesn't look it.
Yeah,
Tottenham
You
are
guys?
now
yeah.
opening up. They're sending players forward, and there's a lot of
Yeah.
gaps. Like we've seen
Mm.
Kovacic
Oh,
mount in
what a
those
great
midfield
challenge.
central areas. Just
Alderweireld.
run through, you know?
Toby, my
Oh, this is
man.
a
But
great challenge.
actually, going back to what we were talking about with Man United, don't you think Cavani adds a lot to the team?
Yeah, we've mentioned it many times. You know, here at not headquarters. How like Cavani adds that like extra
Oh, he
aspect into
does.
United's game.
Yeah.
He like gets onto edge of those crosses. He makes those off that ball movement, which opens up play in various ways rather than Martial, Rashford just hanging around waiting the ball to come to them instead.
Oh no, man.
And do you think he's like a
I,
better version of Ibrahimovic in a way?
okay,
They're
okay, okay, okay. Wait, wait,
to
wait.
each of their own, man. That's a very weird.
Yeah.
Just because they're tall, long
It's
hair.
not, but more
Ibrahimovic.
they're more like in a way poachers.
Here's
You
They're
here's
know?
my
target
stance on
men.
both of them. They're target men.
Oh, target man. Yeah, there you go.
What I mean by that is they're very similar yet kind of different in a way. I feel as though Ibrahimovic has has a more physical dominance because he's
Yeah,
a big and tall guy. He's very strong. Whereas Cavani isn't necessarily that strong, but he makes up for a lot of it by being very smart on the ball. I don't know if you
yeah,
guys noticed, but he doesn't take that much time on the ball. As soon as the ball comes to him, he lays it off to the player
Pass and
beside him.
move,
His
pass and
hold up
move.
play, exactly, pass and move. It's so simple yet so effective. He very rarely gets loses possession. Sorry, and that's a thing that United have been missing with a forward. Just and it's so refreshing to see that there is someone waiting for the cross inside the box
yeah,
because Martial and Rashford aren't the players to be inside the box waiting for those crosses. They're the ones making those crosses.
yeah.
So yesterday, I mean not yesterday, sorry, that game against Southampton, very complete performance. Granted, for a long duration of the game, it was against 10 men, but United have struggled to break 10 men down before. So seeing us being absolutely rampant, I
It was
loved
only
it.
10 men after 7-0 or something. I think they were fine.
No, no,
Only
no, no. It was
7.
10 men throughout the whole game.
All right,
It was
yeah,
no, it
of
was 10 men
course,
throughout
yeah,
the
of
whole
course.
game.
It was the first
Yes,
sending
yes,
off was
yes.
at the first minute.
Yes, yes.
Ooh, that
The
was a
second
very
sending off, it
nasty
was like already
challenge.
6-0,
Yeah.
7-0.
On
It was
Pulisic, that was a free
really,
kick, right?
No, we're
yeah.
talking about the red card against
The Scott McTominay one.
Scott
All
McTominay.
right.
That was a very nasty challenge.
Sorry, lad.
The guy was making his debut, I believe,
Debut.
and that lasted
Yeah.
like a minute,
Literally not even a minute.
and
I
and he
feel
was
so
off,
sorry.
and I immediately felt bad for the coach because I
Yeah,
mean,
Rafa
what else?
Sagito. Yeah.
What else are you supposed to do?
Mm,
You come with the whole game plan. You tell your
yeah.
players that all right, you got to focus on this player. They do so much analysis before the
Oh
game.
my God. Did you see that short corner? Did you see that
Yeah,
short? Okay, thank God it got cleared, but where was the man? Where was the defender?
caught
Both
them
of
off
the
guard
Tottenham
there.
players was just,
They knew
oh
what they were
my
doing.
God.
They knew what they were doing. Look at
Yeah,
that.
I expect
Oh,
to see
come
that
on.
under Lampard, but not under
Mm.
Tuchel.
I mean,
Tuchel,
it's still his
fine.
third game. You can still
Uh,
see some positive signs.
Oh
Come
no, for
on,
sure.
son. Such a
Yeah.
bitch. Sorry, I mean,
oh, is that Kante coming on?
Oh, yes, it is. A good, beautiful,
Oh,
beautiful
yes.
man.
It looks like Tuchel's shutting
Beautiful
up shop early
smile.
today.
uh, a
At least
question that I have.
Mourinho didn't even open his.
I have a question, guys.
Yeah.
Who do you think in the team of Chelsea will perform well under Tuchel? Tuchel.
So
Tuchel.
basically, who will be their star performers under the Tuchel regime then?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Who do you think?
I'm gonna start off with this.
Interesting.
Callum Hudson-Odoi.
Caltech?
Absolutely. Yeah.
Callum
Caltech.
Hudson-Odoi.
Caltech.
I mean, even in
So,
the
Absolutely.
2 games he's played before. Today, I mean, he's been a
Mm.
bit quiet, but in the first half especially, he was great. You could tell like he was the one making runs. At like 3 different occasions he made the run and the ball, the pass didn't find him or whatever. So it was just poor execution from Jorginho and Kovacic at the point, but
Yeah.
he's the one making things like happen. Reece James on the right hand side was coming forward, linking up well with him. The past 2 games he didn't start as a winger, he
Wing
was as a wing back,
back,
and
essentially. Mm.
he took on those defenders. I mean, against
Yeah.
Mm.
Burnley at one point,
Mm.
Robbie Brady says
Mm.
to Sean Dyche, I can't
Mm.
stop him. What do you want me to do? I mean, come on, like, come on.
He's throwing hands, right?
Mm.
He's just like, I can't do
Um,
Yeah.
anymore.
he when he gets subbed
Mm.
off, I think it was Eric Peters or one of the center backs who
Mm.
comes over to Hudson-Odoi and shakes his
Yeah.
hand, out of respect. I mean,
Mm.
he was on fire. So
I mean,
I
that's
don't know.
pretty
I
cool.
I, I feel like Hudson-Odoi, even though he's
Mm.
only had 3 starts, I mean 3 out of 3, he's already been given more
oh,
opportunities by Tuchel than he was given at any point by either Lampard or Sarri.
Or sorry. And I remember Sari got a lot of stick for it, right? Sari got a
Mm.
lot of stick for you know, being that guy not playing English talent, and Lampard did the exact
oh
same,
yeah,
but
that's
you
all.
never heard that with Lampard.
I wonder
And
why.
all it took
Mm.
was a German manager.
All it took was a
Mm.
German manager. Honestly, I felt so bad for Sarri. He did an amazing job at Chelsea.
He did
I have
He
with
nothing
what
but
he
did.
had, yeah.
respect. Yeah, he.
Not only that, he won a Europa League trophy and he finished
mm,
third, didn't he? I mean,
he
that's
went to
great.
the Carabao Cup final as well, where we would have won
They
if
played
that last minute Eden
excellently, by the
Hazard
way.
offside was not given as offside.
Oh,
And
man.
the guy who's like,
Oh, and our manager Kepa, of course.
Yes, of
What a
course.
guy.
ooh,
Kepa Arrizabalaga.
But just to
Oh, Money Mace,
Mace!
Money Mace. Oh, what a save!
Oh,
Oh
what
my
a
god!
save! What a save!
Oh!
Oh,
yo,
Oh!
money Mason is crazy.
Oh! Second
What a
best
player!
Mason in the Premier League. I'm joking. I'm joking. I'm joking. That was a really good effort. Unlucky there. Great save from Lloris. Just to clarify what happened, Mason Mount receives the ball within the Spurs box. He cuts inside, lays a shot on his weaker foot, and Lloris replies very capably. Chelsea should
indeed.
be 2-0 up here. I would even say they should be up by more, but Spurs are holding on. Can they get a result?
Spurs' last ditch defending has been very, very good. This half, both Alderweireld and Dyer, they've come up with those big blocks. You know, last ditch tackles. Kind of win those things. Kind of win you games. But shape wise, they've been pretty off too.
See that? Did you see that from Dyer? He controlled it. I think.
Eric, game of his life. Who said it?
Look
Oh,
at those
look at those stats.
stats.
15. Oh,
Look at those stats.
On
I
Oh,
mean, it
target
doesn't
one,
matter.
on
Tuchel.
target
Yeah,
two.
it doesn't
Tuchel
matter.
ball.
It doesn't
Tuchel
matter if you have
ball.
15 shots
Oh,
or 50 shots or 5 shots if you're getting two on target. Are you kidding
Yeah,
me?
but
That is such a
I
bad
think
stat.
I think the other one was the Timo Werner one,
M-
right?
no, Money Mace
Yeah.
and the penalty, right?
All right, money.
Uh,
Yes.
that's a big difference compared to Frank Lampard.
you
No,
feel
no,
as though
no.
things are changing.
No. Under Frank Lampard, we used to have the same kind of stats.
Okay.
We used to have 60-70% possession. We'd have all the shots and stuff. Thing
Mm,
about it was we wouldn't get the goals. We wouldn't have that 1-0 right now. It would be 0-0.
mm,
And even without the ball, you just knew that the opposition's going to get a chance. You knew it was coming. There was no stopping it.
mm.
Whereas
Yeah.
Mm.
with
Yeah.
Tuchel right now, for example, you know, at times, especially in the first half, it was very comfortable. With
Yeah.
Lampard, that would have never happened. You just knew that Tottenham are going to
Yeah.
get a chance.
Mm.
Yeah.
But on Lampard's defense, though, for this particular game, I do think he had a pretty good record against Jose, especially last season. He
He
made
beat him
both
home and
games, I
away.
think, look
Yeah.
pretty comfortable. Yeah.
Yeah.
He made those performances during that particular season. I thought, yo, Lampard is on one, man.
Mm.
He has got Spurs pegged in their own half, Chelsea playing some of their best football, and it was poetic. It was poetic, man. The way he celebrated in the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. Yeah,
Oh, that was
it was
my
that
heart
was an
was melting.
I
injected
No,
think.
moment.
what
Yeah.
made
I
it more
think. Yeah.
special was the fact that just before the game as well, Mourinho had something to say about Lampard and Chelsea in
Mm,
general. He said
mm,
something along the lines of, they're a young team, they're
mm,
not going to win anything, they're not up for the
mm,
challenge or something. He had a go at
mm.
Lampard and his assistant Jody Morris as well.
Oh,
Oh,
Lamella.
Eric, you
But
you
he's been
naughty naughty boy,
he's been
Eric.
he's been doing that a lot in the last few games. He's just trying to play, as Ricky would put it, hero ball. Like I think he could have passed it to Son there. I mean,
Yes.
like I
Mm.
think he just went for it like very selfishly. There were like 3 or 4 passing lanes there where he could have put that in, but
I
he
mean,
tried to
you have
shoot.
nothing to lose. You might as well go for it.
I mean, yeah, but
Last
you
few minutes of
wanna
the game.
build up with patience as well.
Mm. Here's the thing with Kepa in goal, that's 0-0.
That's a
Uh,
goal.
Perhaps.
Yeah.
No,
But
there is
going
no
back.
perhaps. It's a goal. Full stop.
Okay. But going back
Kepa
to
stood there. Yeah.
going back to Lampard and Mourinho. and Spurs. Another reason
mm.
why Lampard celebrated so passionately against Spurs is because there's been reports that he doesn't really like Spurs a lot.
Ooh, as Piliqueta.
You know, even from his playing
Oh yeah,
days,
for sure. That's
even from his
normal.
playing days,
Yeah, that's normal.
all those
Yeah,
players
yeah.
and managers have that one team which they really really dislike, and for Frank Lampard, Spurs is one of them. I recall him saying something like, "It's always worst losing to
Oh,
Spurs because they make a DVD for
Eh?
the next 10 years."
No, no, no. Absolutely. It's a London rivalry. That's normal. I mean,
Yeah.
it's always been the case. That was some
Ooh.
great footwork from Eric Lamela. He's come
Eric
into this game
Lamela.
looking very positive so far.
Uh, I'm sorry, it's gonna seem like I have an agenda against them, but it's not really great footwork if it's against Alonso and Rudiger. Those guys have like shirt numbers greater than their
Doesn't
IQs. They're
take
absolutely
much, does
crap.
it?
Look at that. They're just standing there.
That
They're
was
not
just
even
a
moving.
simple.
They're
That was just a
standing.
simple ball roll, right? And that shouldn't be defeating two
Simple ball roll
players.
that my man back in headquarters.
Let's not get into. Oh,
Oh yeah, let's
Ante
not,
lost the
let's
ball
not,
in a
let's
dangerous
not.
place, so just decided to take out the guy. I
yeah,
guess that's been his career for the past 2 seasons now.
yeah, pretty much, and continuing.
Oof.
Mm.
Um, yeah, Spurs definitely looking.
Oh,
Ooh, wow,
that's
that is
bad.
bad.
Naughty.
That
Yeah, that's like a
Mr. Nice
No.
DQ,
Guy.
man.
yo,
Like
that
you're just
is
hitting the
What?
MCL just like that.
not nice at
Nah,
all.
nah, nah.
Angolo. Yeah, yeah, exactly.
No
You
smile
naughty,
either.
naughty boy.
Mm.
Um,
Yo,
What did you expect him to smile at Lucas and Lucas should be like, it's okay.
he's
that
like,
that
boom.
was very high up.
Yeah.
Um, that
Mm.
could have been
We saw
potentially
we saw David Luiz get
Maybe.
sent off for a lot less.
Mm.
getting to that, right. Did you guys think
Yeah,
that was a
yeah. Let's
red?
talk about that.
That wasn't even a yellow, I'm not gonna
Harsh.
lie.
No.
He
Against
barely
South,
touched
as
him.
well Southampton.
Huh?
No, no, no. Lit. The what game was it? The Wolves
David
I
Luiz
Arsenal
know,
game.
Wolves.
but
Yeah.
Wolves and the Southampton game.
Yeah, all right, we'll get to
Yeah.
the
I mean,
Bednarek one too,
we'll
but
get to that.
like
We'll get to that.
we're talking
Yeah.
about the David Luiz one first because the context of the games are very very different in both situations, right?
Mm.
Potentially
Yeah.
the David Luiz red cost them the game, being one man
It
down, being
did.
ahead, right?
Mm. Playing very well up to that
Yeah,
point.
and Arteta's Arsenal have looked good in the last,
Mm.
since like Ozil's transfer and before that too.
No, not just
Yeah.
Ozil. Like I want to praise Arteta right now. He's gotten rid of
Mm.
Mustafi, Socrates,
Yeah.
Ozil.
Yeah.
He's probably gonna get
Mm.
rid of Luis and Willian soon as well. Who else has he gotten rid of? He's
Yeah.
gotten rid of a lot of deadwood and players
Mm.
who had
But
attitude problems like
yeah,
Gunduzi as well, for example.
is he getting rid of Willian and David Luiz just to get on there? Because their contracts are like
The
going.
wages they're
I
on.
think
Yeah.
I think David Luiz, not Willian just yet. That guy had a massive contract. I think 3 years.
Yeah, 3 years, and that's
Three
Mm.
just
more years
the
of Willian
first
in the
year.
Premier League. I'm gonna love it. When it's not for my club, I'm gonna love it.
Wow.
Mason Mount's so handsome.
Okay.
Yes.
Going
Damn,
going
damn,
back to this
Khalid.
David Luiz challenge.
I'm just being honest.
Before Ricky,
He is.
before
He is
Khalid
good looking.
starts challenging Mason Mount's girlfriend, uh, which yeah, like what we have VAR now, right? So like blunders like these,
Yeah.
which would previously be seen as unforgivable,
Yeah.
how are that still going through? What's wrong there?
Just to answer first, the referees. Because the last time I checked, when we had VAR in tournaments, in the Champions League, for example, there wasn't any problem with VAR. In
Yeah,
the World Cup, there wasn't any problem with VAR. But with the Premier League, that's where we've seen most problems. You watch La Liga, Abdurrahman. I don't recall there
we
being
I've
massive
never
problems with
seen a
the
red.
use of VAR.
I remember
Do
initially,
you know what I mean?
just to stop you there, I remember initially in the 2019-2020 season, right, the first full season with VAR,
Yeah.
uh, at the start of the season, an Achilles heel tackle was a straight red.
Mm,
No matter where on the pitch,
mm,
no matter what, anything on the Achilles
mm.
heel, because it's such a sensitive part, may ruin a footballer's
Sensitive.
career.
Mm.
It might end a career if it goes badly. So that was a straight
Yes.
red, And in the second game, I believe
Yes.
Luka Modric got a straight
Mm.
red from VAR because of that. Uh, and
Mm.
they
Oh,
amended
Christensen with that diving header, beautiful.
and they amended that, and
Yeah.
it was fine afterwards.
Yeah.
However, in Premier League, they're still getting calls like
No.
that wrong. So, like,
It's on this season alone, the number of wrong calls have been unforgivable. You have that Liverpool Everton game where Sadio Mane should have been on. You
yeah,
have the Sheffield and United game where they literally came out and admitted that they got two decisions wrong. One being that the Sheffield goal should have been disallowed and Martial's goal should have been allowed. And now you have the situation with David Luiz's red card. Granted, um, I'm not sure if it was a penalty. I may need to take a look at that again. But
I
there's
mean,
no way that's a red card, man.
I understand why it would be a penalty.
Yeah.
Because also
Mm,
sympathize with the attackers. The attackers going in,
It's
and
a
mm.
red
he's
card.
totally unconscious, and
But no way that's a red card. Yeah.
yeah,
Mm,
No, like
but
the rule book officially states that in a situation like that where the defender does not get the ball, he only gets the man, but his
mm,
intent
mm.
was either to get the ball or he clips at the attacker, it is a yellow, not a red. So
yes,
I don't understand what the debate
Exactly.
was about David Luiz. And
David Luiz
today
didn't go for
their
the ball.
appeal got overturned.
Yeah.
Interestingly, their appeal got overturned, and I don't understand why.
Not for
Do you
Luiz
think
though.
it's possibly because
Yeah,
of
Luiz, the red stays.
Yeah, it didn't get overturned.
Yeah,
do
it
you think
didn't.
it's
Yeah, yeah, that's what
because
he mentioned.
of
Yeah, that's what I mean. It didn't
Yeah.
get overturned. Yeah.
Yeah.
is it
Yeah,
William
something.
Jose that got it? Is it William Jose that got it? Like the one who got tackled?
Yeah.
That got tackled.
Yeah.
Yes,
So
yes, yes. The Wolves
is it
player. Yeah.
because he's the last man? Is that why? And he was an
It
open
is.
goal?
Yeah.
It is the last man thing, and it's an open goal thing.
But that's
But
still stupid.
no, it's if you look at the clip, right? David Luiz
Yeah.
doesn't go for the man. He doesn't go for the ball. He's just
Mm,
there,
mm.
Yeah.
and the striker makes contact with him rather than him making contact with the striker. Now I can sympathize with the also the striker because like it totally makes sense, right? The guy's going on goal. He's about to score, and he gets tripped up. Whether it be intentional or not. Ooh, almost there. In
Vinicius with a chance to equalize. Great cross in from who
Sissoko,
was
I
that?
believe.
What
Sissoko.
is that defending? What is that defending? Are these
Umar, please. Your thoughts. Yeah.
Tuchel must be
Go on.
banging his
are
head.
they actually asleep? No, look at that. There's one, two, three. There's five players in the box, and there's only four runners tracking back.
Funnily enough, Lucas Moura just pushes Vinicius.
He does.
I think if he doesn't push him, he's in a very good position to head that in. That is very interesting. Oh, another rough challenge.
Oh,
Oh,
that's a
this is an
yellow.
interesting
Red
spot.
could
This
be
is
a
an interesting
red.
spot.
Shouldn't
I think there were two guys behind, so it won't be a red,
it won't be a red, but
This is
that's
an
but
interesting
definitely
that
spot.
should definitely be a
yeah.
yellow.
It'll be a
But finish where you left off, Abdurrahman,
yeah.
with the challenge. Yeah.
And then we saw something similar in the Southampton United game, the Bednarek challenge, right? That got overturned
Yeah.
today. So, ooh,
Oh, look at Tuchel. That's my manager.
he's banging his head. My man's annoyed for something for sure. Maybe
Yeah.
it's the
Just finish off
defending.
Abdurrahman. Yeah.
Yeah, and like today, the Bednarek challenge, which is almost identical, gets overturned, right? So FA or Premier League, whoever are making these decisions, acknowledge this that like, all right, we made a mistake, so we're gonna overturn it. However, they didn't overturn David Luiz's, which
Mm,
was more crucial. Uh, you know,
mm.
it had a bigger impact on the table, a bigger impact on the
The game.
game,
Yeah.
and just going back to last season, right? When I think which game was it for Aston Villa? Oh, dire.
Mm.
Which game was it for Aston Villa where they didn't turn on goal line technology?
I remember where the goalkeeper was literally in. Yeah. Yeah.
And
Yeah. I
the other
understand
team, another team got relegated I think Norwich
Mm,
ended up getting relegated because of that.
yeah.
Or another team, I'm not sure,
I
but
understand what you're.
yeah,
I understand where you're going.
and
The
because of
impact it eventually has on teams is massive.
yeah, and like let's just keep talking about the luck Aston Villa have had this season. They've been good, like on their own too, mind you. But against Southampton, there was a offside goal given where it was never
Yeah,
offside, and
yeah.
sometimes you just ought to think what's happening at Stockley Park. I think it's
Funnily enough, you
almost
mentioned
shambles.
that. Sorry, Abdurrahman, to interrupt you. There was literally an opportunity where Southampton actually, oh, where
Good
Southampton
defending.
actually scored, but it was ruled
Timothy.
offside
Oh my
from
god.
the finest of margins.
And
Finest of margins. I'm a United fan, and that pissed me off. Like, what are you guys doing? Give the striker the benefit of the doubt. There's a moment where it actually becomes ridiculous, and the Premier League or the FA or whoever's in charge need to do something about it because this does not happen anywhere else. The inconsistency at the moment is just it's uncalled for.
yeah, definitely. I don't know, like, especially since the FA are very, very strict. You know, they will fine any manager that speaks out against referee decision.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
I'm totally in favor of referees being respected. Because
absolutely. They
there
need to
are
be
some
protected.
big
Yeah,
players who tend to have a you know ooh, that was
yeah,
going in. Oh, good defending from Chelsea. There are a lot of
Reese.
big players that come at referees, try to mentally abuse them to
mm,
get favors in there. And I understand the whole notion of respecting referees, but in the same time, if a referee gets something wrong, I think it's also fair enough to call it and be like, all right, ref, you got it wrong. It shouldn't
yeah.
be the case where so much scrutiny on so-called free speech should
Yeah,
exist.
Wait, I just
absolutely.
want to add a point. I don't know if you guys spoke about this. Sorry, I wasn't listening. Let me know if you
It's
did.
fine.
With the
Yeah.
United one, like the Bednarik one, sorry,
Mm,
comparing it to the Louise
yeah.
one, do you
Yeah.
think they didn't overturn the Louise one because it was in a crucial moment in the game, whereas the Bednarek one, it's got overturned because the FA know that
Ooh.
even if we didn't, even if we didn't give that as a red,
Yeah,
it was 6-0 at the time. I mean, the game was over.
yeah. They don't want to
Hmm.
admit their own mistake.
Exactly.
That's interesting. Good point. Good point. Interesting.
I would actually agree that it is. They
I
don't
think
want
that
to
is the
come out
reason.
as like the uh, cost of Arsenal's defeat, because then Arsenal can go back and say that, hey, now that you've admitted it's your fault, why don't you
Hmm.
do something about it? Oh, Son Lucas, Son. Oh,
Hmm.
Because up until
Last
that
shot of the
point,
game for Spurs, I think.
that's
Mm.
it. That's Chelsea's win right
because
there,
up
I
until that
believe
point,
so.
Arsenal were on in the driving seat. I mean, they were 1-0
They
up.
were.
Yeah.
It was almost halftime. That would have easily been halftime, 1-0,
Mm.
11 men, and with Arsenal's current form, they're probably a team that can, see that result through.
Yet looks like
Yeah.
yet another loss for
There's just something
Mourinho.
about the FA that bugs me. Yeah.
Speaking of FA, you
Alhamdulillah, I
know,
am enjoying this.
You're
I
enjoying
am
the
enjoying
meltdown.
this.
uh
Just to finish off that earlier point, yeah, the FA need to fix up whatever they're doing. They've been responsible for a lot of things that have been strangely going on in the Premier League, and if they, it's only a matter of time before it ends up leading to more,
Oh, that's my
you know,
German manager right there.
bigger
So
consequences.
beautiful.
But yes,
So
let's get back to
showing
the
some
beautiful.
game.
passion.
Massive win for Chelsea. Massive win.
Brilliant,
Massive win
brilliant
for Thomas
result.
Tuchel. Jose Mourinho with, is that two
Four loss.
losses in a row now?
I think it's
Three.
four games where he's
Three.
dropped points.
He lost against
Give it to me, Ricky. Give
Spurs
it
have
to
lost
me.
against Liverpool. No, no. I need to
Yeah,
I am going to be level-headed with this one and completely non-biased. The Spurs have lost 3-1 against Liverpool. 1-0 against Brighton, and now 1-0 against Chelsea. It is not looking good for them in the Premier League at all.
Yes, so that's three losses in a row
Whereas
for
Chelsea, on
them.
the other hand,
Yeah.
another win for Thomas Tuchel.
3 games, two
Hmm.
wins, and a draw.
Not looking great.
Spurs
Yeah,
sitting
2 wins
pretty
and a
at
draw in,
eighth
in three
place,
in three games.
and
Chelsea have
And Chelsea?
Chelsea
leapfrogged.
sitting sixth.
They have leapfrogged
Ooh, interesting.
Chelsea
Tottenham.
on the way up.
Let's
A certain Omar Amin predicted that they would finish fourth.
Only 4 points away from fourth place now. Only 4 points. I think it's
yep,
very doable. Very, very doable. You
absolutely.
all
With the way
called
they're
me a
playing right
madman. You
now,
all
under
laughed at
the
me.
guidance of Thomas
You all
Tuchel.
told me that, oh, Omar, that's your inner Chelsea
Wait,
fan. That's the
listen,
bias in there. But here I
listen,
am sitting in front of you
listen.
telling you that this team is finishing in the top four.
If anything, ever since we made those predictions, you know, Kane got injured. All right.
No, 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 no. No talking out of this. No
Moose
talking
What's
Spurs
out of
went down
this.
the
what's
drain. I
what's
without
Jose
Kane,
what's Jose complaining about with the referee there?
without Kane, I don't think.
Go on, Abdurrahman.
Yeah, without Kane, I don't think. There's any chance of Spurs finishing top four. There's no chance. It just won't happen. Top four is like a pipe dream. It's not gonna happen. Um, unless if they sign, you know, Haaland or Mbappe somehow emergency signing, which does not exist in the Premier League,
No,
is not
no
happening.
chance.
And
No
I
chance.
wouldn't be too surprised if at the end of the season there's a mutual, you know, termination at this point.
Uh,
Just given of the impact that Mourinho leaves.
hmm.
Guys, West Ham are
Here's
fifth.
he-
They are, and Everton
why are you
are
surprised? They've been playing
seventh with two
excellently,
games
bro.
in hand.
Hmm.
Everton are fifth.
But
Wow.
Umar, thoughts?
David Moyes. Oh my
Yeah,
God.
bro,
I didn't
bro,
realize.
aren't West Ham the highest ranked London
London
club
team.
in the Premier League right
Yeah,
now?
they are.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they are, right? Dude,
Oh.
David Moyes is doing an amazing job.
Yeah,
Amazing job. It's not being spoken of
I think
enough.
he,
He's
yeah,
gotten
probably the best manager on form in Premier League if you think about it.
absolutely.
Um,
Show him some respect.
yeah.
Yeah.
Also looking at Everton, they've only played 20, so they've played two less than all competition, and they sit at 36 points, tied with
Interesting.
Chelsea. So if they win one game, they're fifth, and if they win two
Hmm.
games, they could be third. Uh, it's a
They're
very
United's next game.
They are United's next game, so this is gonna be very interesting how the Premier League table goes. 1 minute up, the next moment down. But I do believe Spurs are done with a lot of their tough games. I think it's just a few top teams left now. I think they just need to play
Yeah.
City once.
Yeah. I think City have a run of tough games, especially they're going to play against Liverpool, and afterwards,
Arsenal and Spurs, or
I'm
Spurs and
just going.
Arsenal.
Yes,
Yeah.
but if I'm being brutally honest, I think City will win all of those games. With
Mhm.
if City beat Liverpool in Anfield, game over.
That's game over.
That's the way I see it.
Exactly.
That definitely
Game over.
will, like, increase their lead.
Honestly, I'll be honest. I'll be
Yeah.
completely honest. Even if Liverpool win that game, I still think this title is City's.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Liverpool need to beat City just to have a chance. Just to have a chance.
Yes.
Yeah.
Just to give them
But
that
even if
hope.
they do, yeah, but even if they do, that's not going to do it enough. That's not going to be it for me. I still think City, with the form they're on right now, 13 games, 13 wins. That
That
is
is insane. Yeah.
sensational.
I think it's like a club record for
Guardiola,
them.
you're doing a mad one, son. Bro, if you look at the run of results, man, almost every single win they have, right? 2-0, 3-0, 1-0, 4-0, 2-0, 5-0. Bro, that defense is
I
Impeccable.
saw a stat this season.
That
Ruben
difference
Diaz
will
and John
lead them to the lead.
Stones, all the game they've started 13 games this
Yes,
season together, and they've conceded one goal in those 13 games.
yes, yes.
Yeah. Speaking
Excellent,
about, I think
excellent.
the players get a lot of credit, and that's fair too. Ruben Diaz has been an immense signing,
Rightly
and
so.
you need those players to execute your plans.
Yep.
And City is probably the best club for a coach, any coach, if they want, like, technically good players, so they can have their
Yep.
perfect vision of how they want to play football. However, the way Guardiola's been putting out his teams this season, that like win at all cost mentality, just shutting up shop mentality, not letting, even at 1-0, time wasting just so they can confirm it's a win. Um, and I think
Excellent.
that is the kind of um, improvement, I would say, in my way, that Guardiola has made, because being so
Yeah.
purely idealistic and so philosophically motivated, like,
Expansive. Yeah.
if it's,
Hmm.
this is the only way to do it, that's a
Yeah.
narrow-minded approach, and that's, taken back at him for the longest time.
Yeah.
Guys, I have just seen a stat that I just want to talk about. Uh,
Go on,
what
sir.
team does Craig Dawson play for again? I
uh,
think
sh- I,
West Ham, if I'm correct. Isn't yes, he plays for West Ham. In the last 3 games, Craig Dawson has an XG of 1.29 and he got 2 goals. In the last 3 games, Tottenham have an XG of 1.17 and they got 1 goal.
wow.
Hmm.
Center back, Craig Dawson, what's his age? I think he's over 30, right?
He must be
30,
ancient.
okay.
It's
Oh
not
my
great.
God. Oh, he's only 30? Okay,
It's
that's a
not
bit
great, is it?
surprising. I was expecting like
I'm
36 or
actually,
something.
you want me to say something else? I'm actually surprised that Spurs XG over the last game is 1.17. I didn't
Three
think
games. Three
three game
games.
the last three
Last,
games. Yeah.
yes.
So that's not a lot in over the last three
I
games, and
mean,
and
no,
the
no, no.
goal
I
that they
mean,
scored, right?
mm,
It was a belter. It's you don't really score a lot of
mm.
those, so you
I
can
mean,
definitely
It
you
was
think
a
relax.
about it,
shot
and
that
that
Hoiberg is not going to score.
From Vinicius, that header today must have been like 0.4, 0.5 xg alone. So that's
I would
like,
think, yeah, at least 0.2 or 3 at least.
mm,
But you know what's happening? Just a short analysis on Spurs. Uh, I feel like there are some fragments in the Spurs team which play like a team, right? You got Ndombele, Son, Kane, right? These guys play like a team, and then you got players like Lucas Moura, Eric Lamela, Sissoko, Aurier. These guys are just there. They don't know how to gel as a team. They don't know how to play as a system.
which
They're
is
just,
crazy because they've had how much, 5, 6 years together now.
and they're just there. They're just running into places. Uh, they have a limited football IQ, in terms of understanding, where to pass, when to play shots, when to do what. Just looking at the fact that, like, Lucas Moura is pushing his own player in a corner situation. That if he doesn't push that, very different results. If Eric Lamela is just not shooting 40-yard shots out of nowhere, even against Brighton, I believe he did that too. He
Mm,
took a free kick and he just shot it. He passed it to the keeper.
mm.
Uh, that would be very frustrating for a coach. But then again, what are the alternatives? A walking Gareth Bale, a chocolate eating Dele Alli.
Do you guys put water first or toothpaste first?
Uh, Great conversations.
Great conversation. I just want to bring a stat to light.
Um,
For the first time in his 20-year career, Jose Mourinho has lost 2 home games back to back.
Wow.
You think even about that
yeah.
time, December 2015, when he was at Chelsea, 16th
Chelsea, he would
place,
have lost
he
two.
didn't lose
Yeah.
2 back to back at home, and now
Mm.
Wow. That is something. I mean, given that he has
And
the best record for
It's been
home,
a calamity, of course,
yeah,
though.
like what,
mm,
8 years not defeated at home.
Mm.
uh,
In
they
Stamford, what, in
went 4
Stamford
years,
Bridge
but
or so?
yeah, Mourinho in his first stint didn't get beaten at home. In the second stint, he got
Mm.
beaten against Sunderland in that very controversial game.
No, I think it was like eight
Mm.
years
Yeah.
across, Chelsea, Inter Milan, and Madrid. The
Oh,
first
okay.
season of Madrid,
Mm,
he didn't get beaten.
that's
Mm.
crazy. That
Yeah.
is crazy.
That
And
is
Thomas
crazy, to be
Tuchel
fair.
just
And
became the
and fair play
first
to
man.
him for holding a record that long. Yeah.
As we've seen with Liverpool just now, 3 years undefeated and now two back-to-back home defeats.
Yeah.
It's not easy. It's not easy.
Only for it to be broken by Burnley, the
And
mighty Burnley,
Oh yeah,
uh,
and when
when it should have
Mourinho
been
lost it,
when it
when
should have been
Mourinho lost it, it
United,
was
man.
a 1-0 loss to Sporting Giron or something. So
mm,
it's always
Mm.
teams like those, you know.
Mm.
those unexpected,
Yeah.
ridiculously stupid
Uh,
results.
You were saying something
Uh,
about
yeah.
Tuchel.
I mean, I don't
yes.
know where Spurs go from here. I think I've mentioned it before. I think I've mentioned it before. They do have something of a good spine. They have Heung-min Son. They have Harry Kane. They have Ndombele. They have Hoiberg. They have Regulon. That is a good spine to have. They need to build from that spine. Whether Jose has the time for that or not is still to be seen. I do think that Daniel Levy,
Levy,
I don't know,
yeah.
Daniel Levy, I do think he
Oh,
is a bit of a Mourinho
Ricky, how can you
fanboy in a
forget?
way.
How can you forget from that documentary, the Tom Hardy
That where
low,
he's where his
soothing voice, Daniel
that
Levy.
bald
Oof,
head.
I'd
oof.
say something, Ricky. You mentioned five names, and two of them aren't playing. Like they've been out for like um, a while now. So
Mm,
I don't know.
yeah.
Like you're right. And Mourinho has asked for time again and again.
Mm,
I remember very
yeah.
clearly that when he was at BT Sport or BN Sport, he was like, "The next job
Mm,
I am going to take, it's going to be with a project.
mm,
I'm going to talk
yeah.
to those
Yeah.
in charge and ask them for time because I
Yeah.
can't. He's being realistic because he's gone to he's done it at Porto. He made like a team into something very good in a very short of a time. He made Chelsea into champions in his first. He did that at Inter. He did that at Madrid. Now the game's changed. Now there's a lot more balance in these leagues, right? There's more competitive edge. Let's be fair. Looking at Chelsea, looking at Premier League in 2006, 2008, and looking at Premier League today, I don't think in 2006, 2008 there were more than five teams competing for top four, right? And now there's potentially eight teams competing for top four, and you wouldn't even count the ninth
Mm,
or tenth ranking team to end up top four. You wouldn't bet against it. So that's why he went out and said that I want a project. I don't want to just be there for a short time, and I don't blame him. Um, I don't think, uh, you know, Klopp managed to take Liverpool in great heights in his second season, right? I think they were still fifth or fourth in a Premier League that was very non-competitive, given that everything was going around. Similarly, it had those kind of players that went after that 13-14 season where they finished second, right? No one looks back at Klopp saying that, hey, you guys just finished second. Why are you coming fourth or fifth? Because uh, the management, the players, the fans, they were all on one page. Um, I don't think that's the case with Spurs, but let's see how does Daniel Levy and the Spurs board and Mourinho, the squad, how they move on. Nothing was done this winter window. I'm pretty sure Mourinho asked for a center back publicly. He wasn't given one. So it's all next to summer. If he survives summer, then I think it's going to be a huge window for Spurs. If he doesn't survive summer, then it's going to be a new manager, and things all over again.
Exactly, because you have to also consider that Mourinho is also on a pretty massive paycheck as well. I'm hearing
Yeah,
possibly 14 million pounds a year or something of the sort. And just like you mentioned, finding a replacement for him, who is there, who's willing to come to Tottenham Hotspurs when the potential good players they have is only maybe the players that I just mentioned earlier that were a part of their spine. Like I watched some fan channels of Tottenham Hotspurs, and some of them thought of getting Nagelsmann. But why would Nagelsmann go there? Because the way I look
yeah.
at it, he's managing an RB Leipzig team that are in the Champions League, that are doing well in the Bundesliga. So he's building something there. Who could Spurs potentially go for? If I was Daniel Levy, I would definitely give Jose Mourinho potentially, obviously, until the end of the season, see what he can do in the Carabao Cup final, give him time next season as well. Because if I was Daniel Levy and I watched all of those games, I'd also be able to see, man, a lot of those players are kind of crap. Maybe
I
he is
mean,
right. Maybe we do need
yeah,
to bring some players in.
Oh, there's that point, but like we keep coming back to that Carabao Cup final, which hasn't yet happened.
Mm,
Now, let's say that happens and they lose, and
mm.
we go to the end of season, and Tottenham don't make it into European
There we
football,
go.
and they don't have a
There we go.
trophy
There we
under
talk.
Jose Mourinho in his
Then we
second
talk.
season.
in
Where do you
all
go from there?
honesty, I
Mm,
do think
mm,
Mourinho will be able to finish sixth. Uh, I think teams
mm.
like West Ham, Everton, they will slow down, and I think maybe it'll be more competitive given the form of the likes of Everton, Arsenal, and Leicester City, who aren't usually haven't been top four for a while, right? So it'll be tough, but if Mourinho manages to sneak them in sixth or fifth, and win Carabao Cup, I think his job will be safe. But I think this might be very simple minded, but for Spurs fans, I think just the fact that they got to a final will be of something. They haven't seen a final in ages. Like, okay, except for the Champions League final, um, they all know how they got there, right? It was a mix of performances against Ajax in one game, in the other,
City.
it was
Mm,
Ajax. All right, City was good, but that season I think
uh,
Spurs were
mm,
like played City like four times. So um, the run of games they had, not too convincing, and then the final, the meltdown, the breakdown. Uh, that could also be go the other way as well if Mourinho loses a final. The same squad has been through one final loss, and everything broke apart. Granted, it was a Champions League final, and now it's the Energy Cup final. You know, it has different levels to it.
two equally interesting competitions.
Definitely. Um, and
They're in the
given,
Europa League as well, which is a competition they're also capable of going very far in. They have the squad for
yeah,
it, I'd say. But I think also reports that maybe Harry Kane next week might be fit again. So that will is some positive news
So
for
quickly?
Jose,
I
because let's
think
face it,
I think
it's
Mourinho
Harry
said,
Kane FC.
yeah, that's true. I
I
think,
think I think it was mentioned in his press conference or
yeah.
something. I mean, it's Harry Kane FC, man.
So I
Like,
shouldn't get rid of him in my
there's no point
fantasy
denying it.
league. All right, got
I
that.
Speaking of fantasy league, I sold him immediately because
Oh,
an injured player is no good. He's bringing you zero.
especially he's like 11 million,
Yeah, and I bought
Mm.
Antonio and kept the money. I wish we got
Mm.
interest like online football manager.
Here at the Two Halves podcast, we do not support any forms of interest because it goes against our core values and beliefs. But
In
we're
our
just talking
financial
about a
system,
game.
we is completely a game.
uh, Guys, I'm just gonna ask you an interesting question. You're Harry Kane right now. How many seasons has he been in Tottenham Hotspurs?
I think his breakthrough season was 15-16, right? Or was
Yeah,
it fourteen
Okay, so it's
fifteen?
been
Sorry.
14, 15,
so
I
it's
think.
around it's been approximately 5 to 6 years then, right?
Yeah,
You're Harry Kane right now. You're at the prime of your career. You're not going to get any younger. If you don't achieve anything with Spurs this year, are you thinking of moving on?
why not? Um,
Mm,
You've
not only him,
you've
not only
Mhm.
him. if the team breaks down again, you know, um, the heights of a Champions League final are here. Settling for
Yeah.
Europa League and settling for, um, the Carabao Cup final, they're way, way below. Uh, I would like to think that players like Son, players like, um, Kane, players like Ndombele, Herberg, not so much because he just came in, but the first three mentioned, I would believe so that at the back of their mind they want to do, reach the elite level. Um, but then the next question arises for Kane, where would he go?
Hmm.
Which clubs are looking for him? The
But
I know as a United fan,
I know as a
I'd
Chelsea fan, I would
love,
love,
I'd
this list.
love Harry Kane.
But
We
would
see the
Chelsea
likes. We see the
fans
likes
and
of
United fans be like accepting of Kane? And would Kane
Absolutely.
fit in?
Chelsea. I don't think so. Chelsea. I don't think so. You've got a point there.
Yeah, okay, that's understandable. But
For United, I
United
understand,
signed Van Persie. Signed Van Persie
more
just
importantly, they
fine.
signed Berbatov.
No, 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 guys.
Mmm.
How
Carrick
about
was a Spurs player as well, by the way.
Oh,
we
Yeah.
okay.
we keep talking about the likes of Mbappe and Haaland. Why not Kane to Liverpool? What's what's wrong with that? I
Hmm.
mean, he does
I don't
drop
know.
deep a lot. He works hard. He presses well. He's a much better passer than Firmino or most Premier League players for that. I mean, why not Kane to Liverpool? And he's definitely going to
He's
win trophies there, right?
he's
That's a
not a
fair
sprinter.
shot too. Ah, yes, that's.
He's not a sprinter.
But he's done well on counter attacks.
Liverpool
You
are
see him running
sprinter
in the back.
FC. Liverpool are sprinter FC. There's no denying it. Literally any of their players, they probably have the players that have the quickest 100-meter race out of the Premier
Mhm.
League. Let's face it, man. Every single one of their players can kill anyone in a 100-meter race, man. I don't know. Okay, I could be wrong, obviously, but that's a fair shout. But I just don't think Klopp is going for it because if I'm being honest, it's low key, maybe not his style. Van Dijk was an exception with the 70 million signing. I don't know if he's going to do another one of the same stature. I think he's more of a person that likes to go low key, sign someone that nobody's heard about, and then make them into superstars. Van
Yeah,
Dijk
but
was an exception because they desperately needed someone there.
okay, but like,
And
name
Allison.
name a player apart from Mane and
Yeah.
Salah that, like, Klopp signed and like he was very low key. Uh,
Robertson.
oh yes, true that. Robertson.
Wijnaldum.
Wijnaldum.
No,
There's a few,
Wijnaldum. No,
yeah.
no, no. Wijnaldum was booming on the under 19 World Cup stage and whatnot. So
No, no,
he,
but Wijnaldum just got relegated with Newcastle that
yeah,
season,
but like from his profile as a player, he was young
along
and
with Musa Sissoko.
yeah, exactly. Wijnaldum had a good profile on him. He had good prospects with Netherlands like throughout his youth career too. So that was not the case. Um, but yeah, Robertson was a good signing, great signing, in fact. But like, is it even sustainable now? Uh, I think that was a one-off. I think to sign players like who you think they're gonna come in as low key and gonna work out. So far it's kind of backfired for him, right? Like with Minamino, Shakiri, um, who did they just sign recently too? What was the guy's name?
The left back, Timiskas, who
Timiskas.
hasn't played. Yeah,
He's not gotten a game in. Um, it's very hard to
Minamino
replicate that.
also hasn't worked out.
Yeah, Minamino. I mentioned that too. Uh, there are these guys, right? So I don't think going forward to replace someone like Firmino or to improve on Firmino, I don't think that's the way to go to sign someone low key. If anything, I think you need a
Possibly,
signing,
yeah.
especially when you're already an established club, a big club. These kind of signings might work for someone like Jose at Spurs, like the signing of Hoiberg, or at Carlo Ancelotti at Everton. But I don't think it would work for Klopp's Liverpool.
At this moment in time, yeah,
Yeah,
probably.
certainly with
Yeah.
not what they're looking at.
And
Hmm.
also, I just want to add that with Firmino leaving, or let's say Salah or Mane, one of these three guys, I don't think there's a lot of players who can come in and instantly succeed at Liverpool. What do you
Yeah,
guys think about that? Because their playing style is very unique. We don't see any of the other, top clubs play in that way. Let's say Mbappe is the guy they've been linked with a lot. I mean, no disrespect to the French league, but I don't think the teams in the French league, including PSG, actually play in a way that you're just attacking consistently, going at it for 90 minutes. You have moments in games,
yeah.
where you've got the ball, and when you don't have it, you're just sort of, on standby mode, and you're not going to get that. So, whoever is going to come in to replace either one of these three guys, I mean, they're going to have a huge task ahead of them.
In fact,
But I think,
PSG themselves also play a lot on counter attack, um,
Mm,
which when you have a front line of Neymar, Mbappe, Di Maria, supported with an arsenal
Hardy.
of midfielders, uh, and what's that guy's name? Who did they sign for a striker this season? Before the start of the season, uh, Moise Kean.
oh,
Moise Kean.
yeah,
Moise Kean. When they have all those players, I don't think you know any most teams. I would say 16 out of 20 teams in French league can stop that.
hmm.
Whereas in Premier League, they're more tactically set up.
But the way I see it though is that Klopp, you need to give him more credit though. I do think he is capable of bringing out the best of players. You saw Diogo Jota, for example. He didn't
Oh
score
right,
that
yes.
many goals with Wolves, and he's been firing on all cylinders with Liverpool. Who's to say he can't make Mbappe reach the next stage of his development? You know, um, so
Oh,
if anything,
how?
I
What
think
is the next stage? Isn't Mbappe already like
Yeah.
right up there?
he's already at the top, so if anything, maybe we're not even giving Mbappe enough credit. I think Mbappe will settle into Liverpool just fine, especially with when all they do is literally attack. He's going to
Yeah.
have more of the ball. He's going to have fullbacks overlapping like mad. It's a steam train when they move forward. So, but I don't think that signing is going to happen. If I'm being brutally honest, I just don't see it happening.
I
I
don't
don't know
see it. I
what
don't.
it
I
is,
agree
but I
with
don't see that
Ricky. I don't see
signing
it
happening.
happening either. Yeah, I don't see it happening.
Yeah, I
Especially
know
I
Liverpool
since,
fans have been talking about that signing a lot, but I just don't see it.
when you
Yeah, I
talk
just don't see
about
it.
the price tag associated with Mbappe
Yeah,
and the
yeah,
attitude
no
and all
chance.
that associated with Mbappe,
Yeah,
him not
yeah.
listening to Tuchel. Like, come on. Do you think?
Hmm.
I don't think Klopp's the same guy.
Klopp is
Would
going to handle any
Yeah.
more of
I don't.
that.
I don't
Yeah.
think Klopp or Liverpool fans, given that how much they love Klopp, they would
Hmm.
tolerate it either. They would see it as disrespect to the club rather than the manager. And
Yeah.
Mbappe is being linked to like what 150 million, 180 million around these
B plus.
numbers
Yeah.
Hmm.
because it's he's on the last year of his contract this summer.
Oh.
And on alternatively, Mbappe might not even leave. There's a huge consideration from
Project going on.
PSG to keep
Hmm.
him because um, Messi, Ramos, these two guys are being linked to PSG right now too. Um, the talk of European Super League is happening very soon, and if that goes on, um, you know, that could be another thing why Mbappe might want to stay at PSG, where they might be collecting all the world's best players.
Yeah.
Mm. And I think with that, it seems a great time as any
I think we
to
should end it
end
now.
this podcast. Yeah, thank you everyone for tuning in to another episode of the Two Halves podcast. If you liked our live watch along as well as our talk about Liverpool, Arsenal, and Manchester United, please give
And
us a
French
like and
fries.
subscribe. And French fries. Just remember Hardy's number one curly fries.
Not
If
sponsored.
you not sponsored, but we're available,
Debatable.
so please
Call us.
contact us at twohalvesproduction@gmail.com. If you guys want to share your thoughts, please leave a comment in the comments below. Thank you for listening, and until next time, we'll catch you in the next half. Bye bye.